Hello, this is Greg Prado, author of the books Take It Off, Kiss Truly Unmasked, as well as the Eric Carr story, amongst many others. You're listening to the Shout It Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus. Rock and roll!
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Shout It Out Loudcast. Don't turn your radio dial. You're in the right place because the album review crew is back with episode number 24. We are calling this one, we are going to paint this episode red, gold, green, and blue, and when we touch you, you'll be touched by love. Tom, Zeus, I'm ready when you are. How are you?
That entire intro, it was just horrific. Horrific. Well, no, it's. I
thought it was creative. What are you talking about?
I'm excited because it's breakfast with bad English. We're recording Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. West Coast for Sunny. It's breakfast with bad English.
It's apropos of the album we're doing, Tom.
The best album we've done. This will be my number one. I'm telling you right now.
Zeus and I were like, Sonny, we got to do this now. When? As early as you can do it. Can you get up at 6 a.m. and record this? We got to get this behind us. Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah. All right. So here we are again. Before we go on this Kiss cruise, and one of us will never return, we decided let's move this one up a little earlier and get it done so we can concentrate on whatever else we have to do before we go on this cruise. So here we are with bad English, but as usual, we always go backwards and we see the feedback that we had on the previous episode. And Tom, it appears that several people feel like we punched their mom in the face or we kicked their grandfather down a flight of stairs or something, or we picked a grunge album to do. So you want to get into Pearl Jam 10's feedback?
Yeah, let's do that. There's quite a bit. But before, let's try not to forget our good friend and fellow cruise mate, Tony Musalam, for the fantastic intro music. We have to make sure we don't hurt Tony's feelings. So we're going to thank him for the intro music. And then we'll save everything.
Top of the list of not making it back from the cruise.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, those are your DraftKings odds right there. But like Zeus said, we go back to last month's album review crew, Pearl Jam 10, which was my pick. And, of course, an album that big garners a lot of feedback, both good and bad. So we always start with our poll. And the poll was favorite song off of the album. And our options were Alive, Even Flow, Black, and Jeremy. And I was a little bit surprised by this, that Black won with 34%. Alive came in second at 31, Even Flow at 23. Jeremy came in at 12%. So Black was the big winner there, which I guess it's not that big of a surprise. Had a couple write-ins here. Our buddy Anthony Barone wrote in Porch. That was Zeus's favorite.
Yes.
Keith Roachford, Easily Black, a killer track. Was lucky enough to see them in Chicago before they hit it big. Darren, I went Black, still a great song off a great album, but honestly, if I never heard Jeremy or Even Flow again, I'd be fine with that. And then, of course, our good friend Sonny Pooney says, why go? Because things are better somewhere else. God almighty.
That will come up many times in future episodes.
I'm sure it will. DG from Tennessee, Black by a mile. Really, by a mile? I don't know about that. Stuart H., there is nothing in capital letters wrong with this album. Jason Kennedy, honestly, I'm burnt out on all these songs. These days, it's the second side of the album I enjoy. Porch, Garden, Release, Oceans, all great songs. Yeah, a lot of people say that. The first half of the album is so top heavy with the hits. Bandana Guy, I picked Jeremy, but Porch is my absolute favorite Pearl Jam song. Yep. Then we got a message from a gentleman by the name of Chris Friel, who commented and said, I played on the demos for Black and what became Even Flow.
Yes, he did.
That was pretty awesome. That was an interesting bit of feedback there. That was kind of cool.
He did.
Yeah. Let's see a couple more write-ins here. A lot of people saying Black, surprised by this. Clark Side of the Moon, great review. Honestly, this is a desert island album for me. Sorry, Sonny Pooney. No filler on this album at all. Once and Porch are the top tracks in my opinion. Those Citizen Dick guys really did well for themselves, referring to the fictional band in the singles, which we also reviewed the soundtrack. Go back and check that if you missed it. So there's some poll stuff. We'll get into some episode specific Twitter stuff here. Our buddy Steve, never has been my type of music, but to each their own. If you love it, good for you. This album is hard work to get through. A good job. You guys are funny because this album is like shit hanging off a stick. Wow.
Nice.
That's, oh God. Oh boy. Here comes Tony. I'm sure this will come as a shock to you guys, but I really like this album. I wore it out when it came out. I even sing Black at karaoke. That said, amongst the great songs on this record, there are definitely clunkers. Oh, and Zeus is nuts for picking Porch at number 1. Wow.
There's no way he can put a comment up without there being something extremely negative.
Of course. It's curmudgeon. You can't just be positive.
Exactly. He
Oh, that was Musalem? He liked that album? Oh my God, dude.
Yes. Tony's, are you no longer friends with him? 30 years of friendship gone.
That's it. I'm erasing his
the contact is deleted
right now. All right, done.
And of course, then our good buddy Murph. He's wondering, was there a wellness check done on Sonny after this recording? Our buddy, I Love It Louder. I freaking love this album. The guitar duo gets me every time. Stone Gossard is amazing and versatile. Mike McCready is a legend, straight up rock. Thought we were going to roll out Temple of the Dog. Guess there's always could be the next pick from Sonny Pooney. Oh God, imagine that. Combining Eddie Vedder on a grunge album with another bit. Buddy Todd Herrig. I knew eventually grunge would make a return to ARC, but talk about a 180-degree turn from the awesomeness of the Dokken album. I'll still listen, of course, but I have a strong feeling that my taste will likely mirror Sonny on this review. Oh boy. Oh, and then our buddy Joel Hoffman, who never holds back his vitriol. I have rejected this genre of music since its inception. I like that. I've rejected this music.
Like somebody offered him
That's awesome.
Somebody offered him a joint. Like I'm not doing drugs. I'm not.
I despise it. It does nothing for me. No surprise. Most people involved with it killed themselves. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It's boring, depressing, devoid of anything I like in music, but I will still listen to you guys no matter what you talk about. Okay, I'll take that, Joel. Thanks, buddy. And then our buddy DG again. I cannot believe I agree with Sonny on this one. Oh, boy. Space Ace 30. I'm so glad we have Sonny on this episode. I haven't listened to this album for over 25 years for a good reason. Oceans is brutal. They really released this crap as a single? Then our buddy West Beach. He hates Pearl Jam, but he posts a picture of Eddie Vedder wearing a Plasmatics t-shirt, so that made Wes smile a little bit. Oh God. Then this was Nige talking about the Dokken episode and how we was shitting on Exodus and all that stuff. We talked about that during our Patreon live chat. Let's see here. We got JC, another great episode. Love the variety. Would you guys ever consider doing a Night Ranger album? Well, perhaps. You never know. Ken Renton, haven't. What's that? What's that, Sonny?
No.
Oh, stop it.
Not after we hear him on the Kiss Cruise.
I'm excited to see them on the Kiss Cruise, but we'll decide what we do with them after that. Ken Renton, haven't had a chance to listen yet, but I can already picture myself yelling at Sonny because of his opinions while listening in my truck and the people driving by me wondering what the fuck is wrong with me. Oh, there you go. So there's a Pearl Jam fan yelling. Oh, and then our buddy Nige, just speaking of vitriol, just going off on this album. And he was just upset about people calling it the best debut album of all time. But that's okay. We love Nige. And that's some Twitter stuff. Zeus, what else we got on the Book of Face?
Yeah. So let's start with Facebook. Daniel Reeve. Ugh. More grunge nonsense that early 90s college kids pretend was somehow cool. I wish those bands could have just afforded the trips to therapy instead. Oh, well, at least it's not more Iron Maiden.
Well, guess what? I just want to jump
Why
in.
you gotta take a shot at Maiden on the way out?
I just want to jump in real quick. This is a good time for me to drop this comment here. All of you people out there bitching about our grunge selections, I hope you enjoy Bad English.
All right. Paul Jacober. I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I didn't do it correctly. I've never understood this band. Does somebody really go to a Pearl Jam concert and shake their fist in the air chanting, Jeremy smoking class today? Is that really rock or can't find a better man? Maybe some people just like the homage to Kiss at the beginning of the Alive solo.
So do people really go to an Iron Maiden concert and raise their fist in the air and chant about dinosaurs? Is that what you do too?
Yeah.
Come on.
And then
Sonny does. Sonny does.
Yeah, and then somebody named Maury Passeru says, I agree. PJ is probably the worst band in history. Mike Murphy jumps in and says, does somebody really go to a concert and shake their fist in the air chanting, love's like a glove and it fits just right?
See, that's a good line.
Yeah. Daniel Peoples, 4 laughing emojis. Almost feels like you guys are trying to weed out some listeners.
No, we're doing that with this episode.
Looking forward to listening to this. I remember seeing the video for Alive in middle school and got the CD as soon as I could. I always think about this and Ugly Kid Joe together because I saw the PJ video and Everything About You on the same day. Pearl Jam had a very strong run. This album is amazingly solid with great aggression, melody, and just a bit of weird out of the norm rock sounds. Sean Hammond, finally, with about 5 exclamation points. I've been waiting for this since the ARC started.
Ooh, all right.
The fact that it is over 3 hours makes me warm all over.
Wow. Okay.
Ryan Michael Scott. Oh, hell yeah, guys. Can't wait to listen. Ray Farrell. Why do you hate us? The master.
That might be comment of the week right there.
Yeah. David Zanet, our good friend David, the masterpiece of the 90s.
He loves Pearl Jam and Mike McCready. Yep.
Dan O'Halloran. Pearl Jam is the quintessential 90s grunge. This album speaks to me this day, even though my tastes have moved on. Not surprised that Sonny didn't like it much. It's a masterpiece, but it seems like he only digs music that's about as deep as a puddle.
Yes.
I love that the tone of music changed in the 90s to include depression and angst and more important issues. The 80s hair metal often seemed like it was only meant to make us forget about what was actually going on in the world and to kick that can down the road. Grunge was that fucking can. It was a ball of issues ready to blow. I loved every minute of it. Great episode. Fuckos.
That's a good comment.
And I think that's a good point, right? Like 80s music, the stuff I'm into, it was the getaway from all the crazy shit that's happening.
Yeah.
That's why I'm into it. I already live it every day. I think there are a group of folks, which that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it, that want to hear that in their music too. I use music to get away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I got you. I don't blame. I hear you.
Adam Nickmeyer, a song about a serial killer done by Maiden fucking rocks. Pearl Jams, get the fuck out of here with that weak crap.
What? He needs to tell us what he really thinks.
Yeah. Then he also wrote last week, Dawkins isn't really a hair band. This week, this depressing, whiny, preachy pile of dog shit isn't really grunge. Ooh, he's taking shots. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
Would love to hear your thoughts on Bad English. Please make sure you comment.
Yes.
Oh boy.
They're like, nah.
Have we done an album yet that has like elicited this kind of like passionate feedback, both love, hate?
Wait till we do Nirvana.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Michael Anderson. Damn your Boston accents. I thought you were saying Mama San trilogy up until an hour ago and a half before I realized that you were saying Mama Son trilogy. No. I was wondering why I never heard any lyrics about massage parlors. And then, Tom, you clarified it is Mama San.
Yes.
Daniel Son.
Yeah.
You're the best friend I ever had.
Are you pretty okay too?
5-1. Too much. Ask anyone. Sean Hammond. I bought this record March of '92 and listened to it nonstop for 3 months. The problem was I only listened to the first 6 songs. When I listened to the full album one day and discovered Deep, it became my favorite song on the album. I love the remastered version, but the original release is still my favorite. This and will be in my top 5 records of all time. It changed my life. As a music listener, it did something to me emotionally, and none of the other records were able to come close. Seeing them live 4 years ago is an experience I can't explain. There's something about this band that can't be explained. They may have been bundles as grunge, but they escaped that label in their other releases.
Good stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's go over to the group Loudcasters.
Okay.
Paul Jacober has a couple other comments he added, and I usually don't double up, but he had some funny stuff here. After listening to hours and hours of Shout Out Loudcast, I gathered an image in my head that you, I think it's talking to you, Sonny, were a very tall, lanky guy with a beard. I don't know why. And then Sonny writes, instead, I'm a short, fat, clean guy. Sonny, you're not short.
I like that. He didn't.
Who am I to talk? I think he was probably describing me when he said that too. And then he also wrote, you and Pooney put way too much stock in lyrics. The music fucking rocks on this album. Who gives a shit what you're thinking about? Even though lyrics are amazing and powerful for the most part. Tom.
Oh yeah, that was me jumping back in there. Like the obsession with lyrics.
Matt
See,
Wallace.
the thing to me is, do you watch movies with mute on? Like what they're saying and what they're doing matters, right? It's not just what you can see. Like it's supposed to be both things.
I agree. No. I agree that lyrics matter, but for me, like a song, like Once, which I know you don't like at all, Sonny. Musically, that song just absolutely kicks ass. So he could be singing about suicide or rainbows and it wouldn't matter. I would still enjoy the song. Obviously the lyrics would affect me differently, but the musical content is so good that when it's like that, I don't care what words are coming out of his mouth. But I get your point. I do get your point.
Lyrics do matter, and people always still get confused about that stuff. I remember Reagan in the 80s was always blasting Born in the USA from Bruce.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots listening to the lyrics. It's actually critical of us in the U.S.
It's a very anti-American song.
Yeah. And they're all like, yeah, Born in the USA. You know, it depends. I think sometimes it works. Or you can have a song like fucking Insane Clown Posse doing a song about a tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah. Or you could have a song called When I See You Smile.
Yeah.
You could have that too.
Yeah, just change those around. Tilt-a-whirl and When I See You Smile by Insane Clown Policy. Whatever the fuck you call those.
ICP.
ICP. Yeah, there you go.
The Juggalos.
Yeah. Oh, I love that Eminem song when he raps about them. They're fucking awesome.
Oh.
All right. Matt Wallace. And I can't believe this is as clean as it is. Great album. I prefer the sophomore effort a little more. I still rank Alice in Chains and Nirvana a little ahead of Penis Jam. That's the cleanest he's ever been.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dan Curry. I hated Nirvana when they came onto the scene. Grew to appreciate them later. On the flip side, kind of dug Pearl Jam when they came out. Pearl Jam these days, when they come on the radio, instant skip.
Wow.
Yeah. And Jason Warden, I enjoyed this episode very much. Always thought Pearl Jam was miles above Nirvana, who I never got the love for. They were good, but PJ along with Soundgarden, AIC were great. I admit I wasn't a fan of the 90s at first, but now it's a different story. Keep up the great, funny ass episodes.
Cool. Thanks, Jason. Nice.
Yeah. And let's go over to YouTube.
Oh, here we go.
You do. There's somebody named What About Rob?
Oh, my God.
Is, commented, I think, on all 180 episodes of ours, Tom.
He subscribed
to
our
last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he subscribed to our YouTube page and is going through every episode, just firing off comments, which is great.
And we love it. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks, What About Rob? But now we have actual time to actually acknowledge that, and we do appreciate your comments. So thank you. I have to disagree that no one could have sold Black singing because Cornell would have done it just as good. But I agree that Black is an incredible song. And he also added, love the podcast. It was actually Roger Daltrey that did that infamous Mike Lasso bit. He's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Especially when he's doing Won't Get Fooled Again.
Yes.
So he finally said, neither of the guys in PJ write memorable guitar leads.
Whoa.
Bland and have no actual direction. Very basic blue leads.
Wow.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really agree with that. Whether or not you like Pearl Jam or not, that's a unique criticism on the guitars there.
Pete Staros, Pearl Jam is a forefather of grunge. It makes them more to be appreciated that they're still around today. Rest in peace, Lane, Kurt, Scott, and Chris. Dude, that's fucking insane that we have to say that, all these guys. So the only one left is Eddie Vedder and your favorite, Billy Corgan from the main grunge band.
Fuck him. They're not even grunge, that fucking bitch band.
I like Smashing Pumpkins. I like them a lot. Those albums are fucking great. Oh, fucking great. Anthony Stratus, great choice. This album I love and hate for so many different reasons. As I was still flying the KISS flag in 91, 92 and being mocked by my Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkin friends. Overall, and over the years, me and my friends agree and respect both of these eras of music are the golden eras of rock. This album is a 10 out of 10, no doubt. Great episode, and so glad you guys reviewed this album with your utmost integrity and heartfelt opinions.
Wow.
Keep rocking, guys.
Integrity?
Yeah, that's
what do we do? We can't let people think that's true.
Yeah. So I'm done on this end, Tom.
All right, let's kick off some emails here. I'll start, and then I know Sonny's got a few too. So Michael Murphy, Tom, thank you for picking 10 as the subject for the ARC this month. As a diehard PJ fan, this was an album review I was looking forward to, and as usual, you guys killed it. While 10 is probably my number 3 Pearl Jam album, it's without a doubt a classic album and one that defined a generation. First off, in my humble and completely biased opinion, Tom's analysis throughout the entire episode was spot on. There you go. This is my email burner account. I also appreciate the fact that Tom put 10 as his number 1 album in the rankings. Plus, he had the decency and good sense not to rank an iconic album like 10 behind an above-average rock album from a second-rate 80s metal band like Dokken. I was also pleasantly surprised by Sonny's review, as I expected every song to get the Oceans treatment, but he actually liked a few. However, his takes on Why Go, Deep, and Release were spectacularly awful, and for that, I say, eat a dick, Sonny.
Nice.
Again, great job, guys. I always look forward to the ARC and enjoy everyone's diverse takes and differing points of view on the subject, album, band. Granted, I never thought I'd live to see the day where a self-professed Pearl Jam fan ranked a Dokken album over 10, but I guess that's what makes these albums' reviews so entertaining. For shame, Zeus. For shame.
Yeah, Mike Murphy blows Tommy throughout any time he makes a comment. He can't get enough. Oh, fucking Tom, what Tom said. Oh.
I love it. And then he says, by the way, Lynyrd Skynyrd rules. Second helping is a Desert Island album for me. See?
Oh, my God.
If Zeus can get away with an Eagles album, then surely Tom should not hesitate to throw Skynyrd's name into the ring. Until next time, fellas. Oh, Mike Murphy's my new best friend.
Yeah. I dare you to throw Skynyrd in the ring.
Why not?
Out there.
Why? Dude, we have done the Eagles in bad English. Skynyrd is leaps and bounds over both bands. There you go. I said it.
Oh, hell no.
That is beyond stupid. I'm sorry. That's horrible.
All right,
but wait.
We'll see.
He has a Tom room, like Sonny's like music room behind him. He definitely has these Tom picks all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
He loves you. And it's always
like Crazy Joe Davola type stuff.
Yeah, Crazy Joe. I got a picture of you coming out of work, showering. You took a picture of me showering?
and then Tom said he liked this album cover. And then Tom said he came up with this brilliant analysis.
If anybody can't tell how upset Zeus is that somebody agrees with me, now you're hearing it live on the show.
This guy does not just agree with you. He fellatios you all the time.
When he witnesses greatness, he just jumps on it. So
yeah, it's all right though. Like you can have one burner account. This guy has like 20.
That's
fine.
Well, speaking of somebody, this is not a burner account. This is Mike H, who likes to fire off multiple emails, like one word at a time. His first email. Pearl Jam 10 is so much easier to digest if you treat Eddie's voice as another instrument rather than a singer. Okay. And then he said, Zeus, see, now he agrees with you. He said, holy shit, you just said what I said earlier, which is that Alive is love theme from Kiss.
Yeah, that's my burner account. As you know, with my ATT, I'm Mike H. And then this. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to write this too. This too.
Then he goes, Pearl Jam is a euphemism for baby batter. There's a term I haven't heard since like fucking high school. God almighty.
I don't understand. Please explain.
I've never heard baby batter either.
Baby batter?
Yeah.
Like sperm?
Yeah. Jizz. Pearl Jam.
Oh my God.
The stuff on your chin, Sonny? With you?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Then we got Paul Heider. Paul Heider here. Sometimes, fellas, the day-to-day grind can wear a guy down. And I was feeling myself ground down to an existential nub this morning. But imagine my surprise and delight to find a new ARC episode in my podcast queue with the title 10. Yes, a ray of light breaking through the bleakness of my unrealized long past potential, of a future retirement spent leaning in a Walmart entrance, greeting shoppers incoherently as my heart pumps a final deadly clot into my brain. A reminder of my glory days, when now was all there was, and the pretty girl dancing with me held all the promise I needed. And together, we weren't afraid of the dark, because Dave Meniketti said it was going to be all right. And for a moment this morning, I heard that promise again. I heard it in that one word, 10. Okay, not the album I would have picked by Y&T, but hey, this is going to be fun. Oh my God.
He was a bit surprised.
That's a great intro. Then he says, Paul Hader. It's pronounced Heider, but Hader is grungier. So there's that. Love you guys. Keep up the great work. And then we got one from Ray Farrow, which we read some of his stuff on social media, and he does not like this album. And of course he agrees with he agrees.
Oh, you got to
Sonny.
read this.
Okay. Here we go. First of all, you know I love you guys and all things SIOL and Sonny Pooney. However, your ARC episodes have caused conflict and dissension in my brain that I just can't quite explain. Every month, I look forward to the ARC episode dropping, but for the last 5 months, my initial reaction has been great. Another album that I either hate, don't care about at all, or never want to listen to again. 10, grunge, mostly hate it. Back for the Attack, subpar Dawkins album when compared with others. Hotel California, what the fuck are you kidding me? Look what the cat dragged in, really? Once Bitten, 45 minutes of meh. But then I find myself spending the next 14 hours of my life listening to whatever episode it is and really realizing that no matter the topic, listening to you guys talk about it is always one of my favorite listens of the month. Your ability to rope me in, keep me entertained, and actually enjoy a review of an album that I don't give two shits about is a testament to your skills as podcasters and sets you apart from many of the other similar shows out there. So even while my initial reaction is near hatred for the choice of album, I end up actually loving the show. I applaud you for it, even though many of the albums you choose are awful. My second tale of love-hate is solely with Mr. Pooney. While I always enjoy his take on music, I am amazed at how I swing between love and agreement, and then a minute later, I nearly wreck my car while listening because he says something so ridiculous that my mind can't process it. Case in point, I was catching up on back episodes of Growing Up Rock this week and couldn't believe my ears when I heard Sonny say that Don't Close Your Eyes from Dawkins' Tooth and Nail is a horrible song that makes it a not perfect album. This was after listening to his glowing reviews of the many very below average songs on Back for the Attack. Later in the same episode, he destroys Kiss's Almost Human, which is another take that made me almost swear off Pooney listening forever. Both of these songs are absolute classics that are awesome representations of different styles of both bands. Then I listened to your review of 10, and Sonny brings me back in by perfectly articulating how I feel about that album. Yes, there are a few great songs on it that I listen to regularly. Jeremy, Even Flow, Alive, and Black are all standout tracks from that era that I mostly despise, that I really enjoy, but the rest of the album is basically unlistenable as a fan of 80s era metal and hard rock. I don't know how he does it, but after the episode, I find myself again in Camp Pooney. I just can't wrap my head around how someone with so many opinions that are perfectly aligned with mine can just make me hate his guts 5 minutes later. Of course, I'm kidding with my use of the word hate, but again, your ability to elicit these kinds of emotions and still generate loyal fandom is another indicator of how great you all are as podcasters. Keep up the great work, and for the love of God, pick some truly great albums for future episodes, like Operation Mindcrime, any of the first 3 Crew records, Screaming for Vengeance or Defenders of the Faith, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll, The Last in Line, etc. Sorry for the long email. Love you guys. Ray Farrow, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ray, that is fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm sorry to disappoint you that none of those are this month's. Instead, you get bad English.
Or ever.
That's a fucking fantastic.
So he loves all those bands that you can't stand their singers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right?
Well, no. I like Operation Mindcrime. I love Queensryche.
But like the whole Maiden kind of.
Yeah, some
Judas
Maiden,
Priest vocals. And things like that.
Yeah. Sonny, you want to take?
He likes those higher register singers, and he likes the new wave of British heavy metal type of driving music.
Which makes sense about why he doesn't. Which makes sense why he doesn't like Pearl Jam, because it's the exact opposite of all that.
That's right.
Sonny, you want to take us over?
Well, and the last thing I was going to say.
Go ahead.
And it seems he likes the older Docking versus the more poppier back.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Sonny, take us over with a few more emails.
Yeah, so I've got a few emails. Why go? Because the buffet's open. Okay. All right. First one, Justin Steele. Guys, great review. Sorry about my back for the attack email with shit punctuation. I've never been good at all that. I'll try to be better. Speaking of 10, I had just left high school when this album came out. It just makes me think of that time. Everyone in college was playing the shit out of this. The songs are very moody and deep, so they made for a lasting impression. I appreciate the album a lot more now since I know what some of the songs mean. I never spent the time looking at the lyrics or thinking about them, but thanks to the review, I now have a greater appreciation for this album. I had never heard anyone say that She Solo was like the solo from Doors 5 to 1. I'd always thought that Ace must have ripped it off a bit. When you guys mentioned it, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one who thinks this. Mm-hmm. And another reason why I love listening to these reviews. Keep up the great work.
Nice. Thank you, buddy. Cool.
From Chris in Tennessee. First of all, you guys are great. Love the album reviews, even the ones with Sonny. Just kidding. He seems like a great guy. Are you just kidding about I seem like a great guy or whatever?
What are you kidding about?
Personally, I actually like the reviews of lesser known albums like Detonator, Once Bitten, more than the popular ones like 10 or Hotel California. Partially because there's a chance you guys are going to shit on them, but more because I have a softer spot for some of the lesser known deeper cuts, even giving yourself away.
Woohoo!
Why?
Oh boy.
Why go? There's better music. The funniest thing to me is Zeus' voiceover of Paul's stage banter. Holy shit. How many of you girls like to get licked? I was on a run with my headphones and almost choked on that.
Oh,
One last thought. Sonny and Tom have joked multiple times that Paul was jealous of so-and-so song because of the over-the-top sexual lyrics. Maybe y'all, he said, y'all, by the way, should do a top 10 songs that Paul wished he had written. Maybe Zeus can do the intro of each one, even a breakdown with some stage banter in the middle of the song to boot.
Oh, that would be a good episode. That's a good one.
All right, our friend Wesley, I guess Twitter wasn't enough, so he sent an email too. So Wesley Beach, I am firmly on Team Pooney on this one.
I knew it.
And he gets bonus points for Pretty Boy Floyd Love. All right, Wesley, I was kidding.
Yeah, make sure you clarify that, Sonny.
I was kidding about Pretty Boy Floyd. But anyways, like Sonny, I can't stand Eddie Vedder's guttural singing and over-pronouncing everything. I guess he's okay with that's he's okay with. By the way, I took that little piece of the episode and then put it over the actual song, and I was actually in key. It actually sounded pretty good.
Jesus, you got look all this free time you got.
He goes on to say, I never bought a ticket for the grunge train, and your review hasn't done anything to change my mind. I find it unlistenable and, in my opinion, a dark era in music, both figuratively and literally. Interestingly enough, I saw Warrant on their first tour, and they were all fringed out in flannel shirts and blue jeans. Wow. Shortly after, the record company pulled them off the road, gave them a glam makeover, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking for
Warrant started with I saw Warrant early, too. I don't remember them being in flannel, but I might have saw them after they were already pulled off the road and had to put leather pants on. Who knows?
I was looking forward to Wes's feedback on this because there was an episode not long ago. He gave us some feedback like he does every week, which we love. And he said something along the lines of, at least it's not Pearl Jam this time. So I knew that when Pearl Jam, I knew that when Pearl Jam came around, he was going to be like, oh, shit.
You know what I love is that this whole Pretty Boy Floyd, people can be like, yeah, I like bands like this, like Sonny does, like Pretty Boy Floyd. And Sonny's going to be like, dude, I was joking. I was joking. I don't like it.
Hey, if we can do anything, let's get everybody out there to think that Sonny likes Pretty Boy Floyd. Let's do it.
Hey, Sonny, I got a Pretty Boy Floyd demo from 1998. You want it?
Oh, that's really rare.
Oh, you mean the Mama Kick Me Out ones? Yeah. Send them.
The 7-Eleven sessions.
Because that's where they're all working now.
But I always like that Wes was like, that shit's dark. Dude, you were in the Plasmatics. What are you talking about? I want some cheery music. Are you kidding me?
That's true. Wendy O. Williams like firing machine guns on stage.
And army fatigues and stuff.
Right.
Like, the Warrant is that's the band for us. Come on, Wes. We love you, man. But
I know.
Wait till we do Nirvana if you think this is fucking hate. And it will be soon.
Oh, God almighty.
Yeah,
oh
I'll be alone on that island.
No, maybe you never know.
With their greatness, I'll be alone on that island. That's all right. It's coming soon. Prepare yourselves. We'll get feedback on that now, too, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
But let's turn our attention to Sonny's pick. Yes, everybody, don't shoot us. This is Sonny's pick. Sonny, you decided, and with your kind of coyness that you do, what kind of album should I pick for next time? Should it be, do you want it to be like a more recent album, a hair metal album? We're like, pick what you want. He picked this. I'm not taking any blame for this. Tom's not. This is all on you. Tell us how you got into and found this album that you decided to share this with all the listeners.
So we're at 1989 at this point. So I'm out of high school. I'm almost 20 by the time this thing comes out. And you guys know supergroups have been around for a while. Record companies done a great job like creating some for every generation. So if you're in the 60s, maybe you got Cream or Derek and the Dominoes. If you're in the 70s, you got Bad Company, Crosby, Stills and Nash. 90s had like Audio Slave and Mad Season and stuff like that. Well, for the 80s, it was really like The Firm, The Power Station, Damn Yankees, Mr. Big. But even though the record company didn't technically create these guys, Bad English, I was already a huge fan of John Waite. I was already a huge fan of Journey. I'm growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and these guys are getting created in the San Francisco Bay Area. So Bad English had a huge push here. I'm starting to make money, so I got enough money to go see him live anytime I want. And to get you an idea of how hard they were getting pushed here, the band was together for less than 2 years, and I saw them live 8 times. That's how often they played here, right? Wow. I saw them in clubs. I saw them with Raging Slab. Wesley, that does not mean I like Raging Slab, by the way. They played with Warrant. They played with Whitesnake. They played with Enough's Enough, another one I do not like. So they played kind of with everybody. They played arenas. They played theaters. Like, it was really getting pushed here because Neal Schon was behind the band. So that's kind of why I got there. And, of course, they were on MTV. So it was kind of like the mix of everything you would do, very similar to Mr. Big, because Mr. Big grew up here, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not that you didn't have a choice but to like them, but you didn't really have a choice to not at least hear them and then make your own determination of what you want. And to me, this is the bang zone of the stuff I like that crosses between hair metal and adult contemporary and the Journey and the top 40 charts and MTV and all that. So that's why I got into it.
Okay. I'll take it from here. So for me, Bad English, I know very little about this band other than their big hit, which was When I See You Smile in 1989. I grew up loving Journey. As I mentioned many times before on this podcast, I had a sister who was 4 years older than me. And that kind of influenced me into a lot of the music that we were listening to. So I grew up as a huge fan of Journey. And I knew John Waite from the Vision Quest soundtrack, the movie. Hint, 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 could be a future pick. Just brace yourself for that. Because I love that song, Change by John Waite in the movie. And then he had that big MTV, that cheesy pop song, Missing You, that was a huge hit. But all I knew of Bad English was When I See You Smile. And when that came out in 1989, I was like, yeah, I'm all set with this band. Like, wow. Like, wow. Like, because 1989 for me, like my wife was teasing me because my wife loves this album and she loves that song. She was teasing me. She's like, yeah, you were listening to all your rap and Aussie back in 1989, which she's correct. That's true what I was listening to. But, you know, when Sonny picked this, it was kind of like my first reaction when last year when you picked Winger, I was like, what? Bad English? I'm like, isn't that band that does When I See You Smile? How is this going to translate? So we're going to obviously get into it, but this is a genre of music that I don't mind. Like Sonny said, it's not hard rock. It's not glam rock. It's more in that album oriented rock like that. It straddles the line between like pop and like rock and like soft rock. And it checks off a lot of boxes. Whether or not it checks them off well is something that we'll talk about. But yeah, I mean, I know the band. I know Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain from Journey, and I knew John Waite. I'm not familiar with the Babies at all. I didn't really know who they were, but I know Bad English, and you know, we're going to talk about. There's a lot to talk about here, so I like these kinds of picks because it's something that we haven't been listening to our entire life, or at least for me, at least. So it'll be a good conversation, I'm sure.
All right, Bad English. At this point in time, I'm still getting all the magazines. So I know the bands by now that are coming out in their videos on MTV. All of a sudden, I see Bad English and Forget Me Not is their first. And I'm like, holy shit, this song fucking rocks. It's pretty good. And I went out and bought this. But I never heard anything about them because they don't fit in that genre. It's not like, oh, here's this band called Warrant. Here's this band called Poison. They're not going to hit those magazines, because they're on adult contemporary charts. And I can't believe we're reviewing an album that's on adult contemporary, which shows the versatility. But I bought this. I like this. I heard this. I you know, the pop hits, I knew them all. And then, you know, you take the album, like a lot of those albums from that era, and it just gets aside. And, you know, I'm on listening to Even Flow and On a Plane by Nirvana. So I had this. I liked it. I knew them when they first came out. I just, you know, they just became Forget Me Not, Forget You, yes. Because that's what ended up happening. Sonny brought us back, and this album brought some memories back. And I'm glad you picked this because to me, I enjoy albums that I, you know, have, but haven't heard in years, or albums that it didn't have. And so I commend you on this pick. It's thinking outside the box, and I'm excited to talk about it. So before we move on, let's go into, we talked about how we got into the band. Let's talk about the band itself. And this is your pick, Sonny. I think you have some feedback. Let us know some info on the band.
Yeah, so let's do a quick history lesson here. So at this point, we're at 1988, 89 when they form. So John Waite, he was in the Babies until they parted way in the early 80s, starts his solo career. He does 4 solo albums by this time. One of the albums hit the top 10, went gold. He had 3 top 40 hits, and then he had that number 1 huge song, Missing You, which pretty much everybody knew in the 80s. Ricky Phillips, he was in the Babies until they parted ways in the 80s, and then went to go start working in TVs and movies until he got the phone call from Jonathan Cain about bad English. Neal Schon goes from Santana to Journey. Journey becomes one of the biggest bands on the planet and then implodes in 87 after they released Raised on Radio because Steve Perry's own insecurities are getting to him and he goes into hiding. Jonathan Cain, he was also in the Babies until they parted ways and then joins Journey, and his story goes on with Neal Schon. And then Deen Castronovo is the youngest of the guys at this point, was in a band called Wild Dogs, nobody's ever heard of, but he was in this band with Tony McAlpine, who's a guitar player, and was introduced to Neal Schon, and that's how he kind of got the gig. So formation, right? John Waite isn't getting along with the record company or his manager. He changes managers and gets into a conversation with Epic Records. Epic wasn't impressed with anything John Waite was bringing, so they wanted him to almost end up being like a Rod Stewart type thing later on, which was, can you just do songs written by other folks? Like, stop writing your own songs and kind of do the stuff we want to give you. And John didn't want to do that. So he decides to put a band together, goes back to the UK because he was living in New York, tries to find some folks, has no luck, comes back, and his manager says, well, I don't think Jonathan Cain's doing anything. Why don't you go get along, go see if he wants to do something. Waite's a bit hesitant because his relationship with Cain is not that great. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But he flies to San Francisco, spends a few weeks writing stuff, and every once in a while, Neal Schon would drop by. I'll go with that in a second. Journey's on hiatus. So because we talked about Perry already. So right time, right place. They collectively go back to Epic with, hey, here's the band members we got. And of course, how can Epic say no to half the Babies and basically 3/5 of Journey, right? So they can't say no. Waite said Neal Schon kept showing up. He'd be driving his motorcycle in the area and just say hello. This whole story is true. He'd come by, sit downstairs for a bit, watch TV, then come up and play a bit of guitar. Then he started bringing 2 guitars. Then he would, by accident, in quotes, leave his cigarettes there. Then he would leave his lighter. And then he just never left. That's how he ended up being our guitar player. Neal has a different story on that, but that's kind of the formation on the band. So here's a situation where this isn't Epic going out and saying, hey, the Babies have been off the beaten path for the last 8 years. Journey has imploded and their name is huge. Can we put something together and create? This is not them. This is a Cain and Waite getting together, and they have lived separate lives the last 8 years and coming back together. So there you go.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, because at the time, again, it's 1989, and why not try this? You had some name recognition there. You had Jonathan Cain and Neal Schon from Journey. John Waite was already on the radar with a couple of his solo hits. So you put it together, and it's 1989. The problem for me, I don't know how deep we want to get into this, is that I think that it's a lot of these albums that we talk about how sometimes these albums are like timeless and some of them are of the time and dated. It's an album that's very, very 1989. And I'm sure we'll get into that in a little bit more details. But before we do that, Zeus, you can take the floor and just talk about kind of what Sonny said and where the band stands in terms of 1989, I guess.
I would say hair metal's at its almost peak.
Mm-hmm.
And the impression that I get, I always think back of an Alan Jackson song. It's called Gone Country.
Oh,
and
yeah.
What he's singing about is all of a sudden now country's the hottest thing. And these guys that were doing kind of country rock or other type of music, all of a sudden it's like, oh, just put on a cowboy hat and do this. And now I'm kind of country and try to sell that. This is the impression I get of bad English. Let's take popish kind of people and put an image together that looks like what you think hair metal should look like.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get them out there and kind of put that in that era. The music works because I think all these guys are talented musicians and writers. But a lot of this kind of rubs me the wrong way. It's just it just looks superficial and seems superficial. Like, that doesn't look like them. I get what they were trying to do, a little like a harder Journey. But when they realized where the hits were, they're like, let's do that. And it is what it is. I mean, they're all obviously, you can't deny the talent of these musicians and their ability to write pop hits. I don't know anything about the Babies other than that they always get mentioned in history about their musicianship and their pop songs and things like that. Paul always brings them up. I loved John Waite's voice. I think he's got a great voice, but I don't have any of his albums. I just liked his voice and those pop songs that I knew of his, especially Changes, is a great tune. The band, I have no, one way or the other thought about them. I just always felt that they were kind of like, look at this. And and we'll get into it when we talk about the album cover, because I'm going to go on a little bit of a detour rant there about the look. But again, the musicianship on this is top notch. I mean, you got to give them credit.
Yeah, I think, just talking about the general, the idea of the band and what was going on with music in that time, when I was listening to this album, because I really didn't really know any of it, except for the one or two songs that were kind of, hits or whatever you want to refer them to. But to me, I was kind of laughing at myself. I'm like, this is the kind of band that people who think like Bon Jovi is too heavy would like listen to.
Yes.
Be like, I like rock music. I listen to Bad English. Oh, okay. Like I like Bryan Adams. I like Survivor. I like Robert Palmer.
Like a TV sitcom producer would be like, oh, we need like a hard rock band. They think this is
right.
There would be like an image like, oh, these guys are hard rock.
Right.
Like,
and they straddled that line between, like, I think John Waite's voice, and again, I refer to my wife who we were driving in the car yesterday and was playing this because I know she likes this album. And she brought up a good point. It was kind of what I was saying, was that she likes the songs where John Waite, I almost just said John Voight. Just driving around in John Voight's car.
John Waite's bit people, I'm sure.
Yeah. But she brought up a good point. It's kind of what hit me. Like, his voice is good when it comes to like the non-rocking. So I think he has a good, like, soft ballady type of slower song. Like the songs that quote unquote rock on this, we'll talk about it. It's like, okay, is this band like, are they going to rock? And if they are, I don't think John Waite is the man to do it. Or are they going to do like those really, Chicago type ballads where John Waite can really carry them home, which I think is why their hits are more ballady. I know Forget Me Not, we'll talk about, was a mild hit, but it's a band that I don't know. They tried to do everything. I think they tried to do everything. I think they were really trying hard to be Journey. And the difference with Journey is they had Steve Perry, and Steve Perry's voice can do songs like Don't Stop Believing or Any Way You Want or, Stone in Love. And for me, I don't think John Waite had that voice, but he could do the softer songs. And I think that's why when I think of Bad English, I think of a softer rock band. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just think that's what I think of with Bad English.
Yeah. Before we get to the tracks, I'll tell you, I'm a Babies fan.
Yep.
I would tell you that this is what the Babies would have sounded if they stuck together. This is what they would have grown to when it comes to kind of some of the little bit of rock and stuff. I think Jonathan Cain learned how to write these unbelievable ballads because he had a balladeer in Steve Perry.
Right.
There's no doubt about that, right?
Yeah.
They had all these hits, and he kind of brings that into the mix. Neal was always the rocker in Journey. He wanted to rock. He didn't want to do a bunch of ballads, right? And Deen Castronovo, he can do like cacophony and be that kind of guy, and he can do jazz drumming.
He's a talented drummer. Yeah.
And actually, when he auditioned, Waite's like, dude, how the hell? Like, we're not gonna be able to keep up with this guy. This guy's all over the place. Like, I don't even know when I'm supposed to sing. So, like, Waite was doing hey, Deen, can you like dumb it down, dude? This is not like what we're looking for is to be on the chart. You're somewhere else, dude. Right? So, I think there was that push and pull a little bit, but in the end, if I had to guess who they're trying to be, this would have been the Babies 8 years later. This is what they would have been.
Okay.
Well, let's get into some of the album facts. So the album came out June 26th, 1989. It was produced by Richie Zito, no relation to Barry. And this guy produced some Eddie Money, Cheap Trick, Heart, White Lion, Cher, The Cult, Poison, Joe Cocker. That's a lot of variety there. Mm-hmm. Richie. Anybody seen Richie? Why Richie did Bobby Lupo? That fucking movie. That's another Stonehill thing. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody? Hey, you, tattoo. Hey, you know, who's the boxer? Are you the boxer? Worst Italian stereotype, worst fucking police brutality movie of all time. Out for justice.
And his box office numbers were through the friggin' roof because of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. Are you the boxer? Okay, let's see what you got.
Seagal.
Worst acting. Anyways, the album did reach number 21 on Billboard's 200. It went platinum. So we already kind of mentioned the members. Here's John Waite, Neal Schon, Jonathan Cain, Ricky Phillips, and Deen Castronovo. And what you ended up having, Sonny kind of already mentioned it. The Babies, John Waite, Jonathan Cain, Ricky Phillips are all members. And then you got Journey, who you have Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain. And then Deen Castronovo comes into Journey after Bad English.
Yep.
Apparently they got the name because Jonathan Cain said John Waite had bad English when they were playing pool, which is a spin on a cue ball. Ooh, fascinating.
Ooh. They were playing pool down at Jimmy's Bar and Grill with Poison.
Yeah, and they saw
they were playing snooker. They were playing snooker. Jimmy's doesn't have that.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then they saw Poison, like, maybe we should try to tease our hair up and like that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So let's now get into the album cover.
Uh-oh.
And here it is. Red, Bad English, the logo above, and then I don't know, team photo, group photo here.
Yeah, the band. If you didn't know anything about this band and you saw that album cover, you're like, oh, great, another hair band. You know, they look like every hair band that you think of. You know, they got the hair, the look, the clothes. And you know, to me, the look doesn't match the music. That's to me. And by the way, just real quick, I thought it was hilarious when you go to Wikipedia, they describe Bad English as a glam metal supergroup. Settle down, Wikipedia. But back to the cover. Go ahead.
Jonathan Cain with his Wizard of Oz outfit. What the fuck is that? And you know the worst part about it is like, because you knew who Jonathan Cain was from Journey.
Yeah.
It just looks like, hey, now you're metal. Tease your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then put on this fucking steampunk outfit.
Yeah.
And puffy shirt fucking circus fucking whatever those things guys are called. Who's the ringleader? Fucking
yeah,
outfit?
The ringleader, the lion tamer.
Yeah. And then you got John Waite that you're like, oh, I remember that guy. Who put that fucking horrendous wig on him? Because it looks terrible.
Either that or you look at that picture and be like, oh, I didn't know there was a woman in this band.
Yeah. And then worse, fucking Neal Schon makes Eazy-E look like I am jealous about the fucking activating perm that you have going on and the fucking Jerry curl look along with Deen Castronovo.
Dude, if Juan Epstein was in a band, that would be him.
Yeah, and about the same height as Juan Epstein too.
Deen Castronovo is the only one that looks like he belongs. Like, yeah, I'm Deen Castronovo. I'm in a fucking rock band.
Yeah, but he's got to get rid of the bowl tie. I fucking hate that look. Okay, so the only one that kind of looks okay is the fucking Cheap Trick, a Robin Zander lookalike bass player.
Yep.
Except that he's wearing, I don't know what, a shower curtain for a shirt. What the fuck is this? But Jesus, and you know, I shouldn't laugh that bad because that was the image then.
Correct.
But I think they just didn't know how to dress the part or to look the part, and they just have this horrendous look and horrendous hairdos.
Well, it was like cookie cutter. It was almost like if they had Google back in 1989, they Googled what is a glam hair band? What should we wear? It's like they went to like Spirit Halloween and bought the costume
or Jonathan Cain saw the latest Britney Fox video and started wearing those puffy shirt, fucking guitar player, bass player outfits or something from Nelson. Who wears this shit?
Watch out. Don't make fun of Nelson. Our buddy Jericho loves that band. Be nice to Nelson.
All right. Anybody, you want to defend your band's year's look or this album cover?
I don't know if I'm defending it. So first of all, the burgundy and the black color scheme, I think that works.
Yes.
Right? That part I think works.
Yep.
Waite, notice he's wearing fingerless gloves.
Oh God.
See how his thumb is sticking out? That's not helping.
Yeah, well, wait till he puts on the black gloves in the video.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The feminine scarf didn't do him any favors, right?
That's a Paul Stanley special.
Yeah.
Ricky, the black and white polka dot shirt, that's interesting. And it looks like he's wearing a bow tie because I think the polka dots are coming together as he puts the top button together.
That's not good.
So, but I think he's trying to look part cowboy, part, I don't know, serious musician. I'm not exactly sure there. Cain, yeah. Somewhere between Lion Tamer, Adam Ant, and Alexander Hamilton.
That's
right. Like
that's perfect. Adam Ant and Alexander Hamilton. There you go.
Because that's the last time I saw that jacket.
And fucking Lion Tamer.
I have other comments regarding Jonathan Cain. I'll save later in the episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Neal, the curly hairdo is interesting. He's trying to look a little tougher with the all black.
Wait,
yes.
Right? Wait. You got to mention the fucking belt.
Yeah, the belt. That was very big in the 80s.
Yeah, I know. It's like with his G Cavaricis and the fucking belt turned in like that. Oh,
wait, hold on. Did you just say G Cavarici?
Whatever.
Those are Z Cavaricis.
I'm sorry. I got mine at Tello's, the fucking fake ones. G Cavarici. My mind is fucking just.
Well, it's been almost 40 years since people started wearing those, so.
Yeah. And then we mentioned Dean's bolo tie. Yeah. On the black shirt, I thought it was interesting. The black suit jacket looks like a suit jacket. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then, he's trying to like stare through the cameraman, trying to look serious.
Wait a minute.
Band.
Oh,
wait
yeah,
a
exactly.
minute. Whoa.
What?
Take a look at Neal's jacket.
Yeah.
Is that his jacket that is that short? That comes up almost like a midriff shirt?
Is it?
Yeah, no, I think he's wearing a jacket over the shirt. That's one of those zipper shirt things you used to see in like the 80s pop videos.
But it ends at like over his belly button or something. What the fuck is that?
It's just not a good look. Let's just say that. It's just not a good look.
Oh.
And I think Tommy's I think Tommy's right here. Is Epic is putting together a photo here going, look, these guys, so you should be interested. If you're interested in hair metal, you should give it a shot.
Yep.
If you're interested in kind of the pretty boys, we got a couple of those. If you're interested in serious musicians, we got a couple of those. If you're interested in more mature guys, we got a couple of those.
Yep.
Like they're trying to kind of just sell. Just pick up this album, please.
Yeah.
Like kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, they're trying to check off every box. And 1989, we've said it, 1989 was a weird year for music because it was kind of like, you could say it was the peak or like the down curve of hair metal, but then you had a lot of that like pop rock album oriented, like, I don't know, adult contemporary, whatever you want to call it. So they were trying to check off all those boxes and they were successful. They did. The freaking album went platinum.
Also, you had like bands like Loverboy that try to get harder looking, harder sound, and try to be like, hey, we're kind of hard rock now too.
Yep.
And where they fell in is that Loverboy, Foreigner kind of, is it rock, but it's not hard rock enough.
Exactly.
So they try to harden their image and become more like 90s looking, 80s, late 80s looking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we've talked about the band. We've talked about the album facts. We've talked about the album cover. Only thing left is to get to the tracks. And let's take a quick little break while Tom thinks of a couple 4-letter words.
And we're back after our break because tough times don't last. This podcast does.
This album review does.
All right.
So, first song, here we go.
Best of what I got. All right. So immediately you hear Cain and Neal Schon starting. You hear Waite in 30 seconds, and you'll hear me say Cain and Waite because I don't want to keep saying John and Jonathan because I think that screws people up. I thought Richie Zito did a great job with the production because this kind of production kind of hits my ear right for this type of music. Those guitar fills Neal's doing in the second verse are awesome. I think it's a great opener, great solo by Neal. When the backing vocals show up, I think it's great. Now, you guys aren't Babies fans, and maybe you know a little bit of John Waite. I own everything John Waite's ever put out. The Oh Yeah thing is a John Waite go-to. Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's his like Sammy Hagar grunt, like the Joan Jett grunt. Like it's his thing that he does.
Oh yeah.
Now, yeah, yeah. There you go.
When I see you smile. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tommy mentioned it a little bit, introing what his thoughts were, and I'll say it now. Like the bridge to the solo is a bit flat for me, and this happens with John Waite sometimes because although I really like his voice, he doesn't have a ton of dynamics. So it's hard for him to really like sell this big booming bridge that's going to go. He does it once or twice in this album. He tries, but it's really at the top of his range when he does it. Okay. This whole thing about putting my key inside your door, dude, if I said that to Nicole, go say that to Bridget later and see what she says to you. like, that's a little bit ridiculous. And it was a hit single. So, whatever. And I know you guys are going to give me shit because I hate Goodfellas. But, dude, this song was in one of my favorite movies.
Yes, it was.
In Cash, baby. Love that movie.
Me too.
Love it.
I saw that in the theaters on Christmas Day when it came out.
You broke that jaw?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's so good. Yeah. That movie's so
Dude,
good.
Terry Hatcher is so unbelievably hot in that movie.
Oh yeah.
My God. So anyway, great opener in my opinion.
Yeah. So again, I don't know anything about this album other than When I See You Smile and I think one other song. So when I put this on, I'm like, what is this? What is happening here? What is this? And then the song kicks into gear. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This band can do this. Like, okay, there's a little bit of rock going on here. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, this sounds like something that this sounds like a lesser version of again, I mentioned Robert Palmer or like Bryan Adams. But again, it's 1989. I think musically, and Sonny, I know that one of the hallmarks of the music that you really love is something hooky and melodic, and you can't deny this. It is extremely hooky and melodic throughout the entire song. The bridge, the chorus, what's going on with some of the background music. I think the chorus is good. I like the song. I think it's a good intro to the album. I just think we talked about it before. Sonny just said it, and I've said it before. I just think John Waite is being kind of overpowered by the music because a song like this by this band, it has something to it, with Neal Schon and the keyboards and Deen's drumming. It's got a little bit of meat to it. And I think these are the songs where John Waite kind of struggles, but I think it's a good opener. And I think it was a pleasant surprise for me when I heard this.
All right. Best of what I got, written by John Waite, Jonathan Cain, and Neal Schon. It went to number 9 on mainstream rock charts. It was technically a promo in their 5th single of 7 singles. Wow. Holy shit. When I first played this, I was like, holy shit, I remember this song. And I'm like, that's a lot of keyboards. The good vocals are there. It's catchy. It's got the 80s kind of beat. The drums are I'm like, oh shit, I don't remember the drums being this good. And those guitar fills, I echo that, Sonny, on the second verse when they start coming in. They're damn pretty good. Nice. Neal's solo goes right back into the song. I love these type of solos. Quick, melodic, get your song out. It's very like Def Leppard-ish, and then right back into the song. You mentioned it. It's the end credits of Tango and Cash. But this is like the opening. I think it's very Bon Jovi-ish. It's a little like Let It Rock, Lay Your Hands on Me. All of a sudden, dun, 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 like getting yourself into what's going to be coming up. It lays a great foundation. This song, of all these songs here, has been stuck in my fucking head. It is catchy as all hell. And it's a great way to start this album. A great way. And let's see if they can continue it on the next track.
Heaven is a 4-letter word. I'm not exactly sure how you're spelling heaven, but that ain't a 4-letter word. All right. Now, I get a little crazy with this stuff. So I just want to give you a quick synopsis of the 4-letter words that are in these lyrics. Here, that lies, heat, just take, walk, wild side, babe, meet, need, baby, girl, forward, find, when, lose, rock, roll, love, kiss, down, don't, this, wait, ride, feel, long, just, like, bout, know, what, dawn, yeah. All right, those are the 4-letter words that are in these lyrics. I love the driving bass. I like the simple guitar riff. I like all the earworms Neal's doing. Catchy as fuck chorus. No doubt. I like the breakdown. Here's an example of Waite can't sell it, but if you kill all the music and he doesn't have to compete with the music in the bridge, then he can, right? That kind of hits his bang zone. The solo's melodic and it's rocking enough. Now at the end, Waite can't really pull off the vocal gymnastics. Like, this is not Daryl Hall, right? So they know that too. So you know what? Let Neal do it instead. That's why that outro thing works the way it works. I really like this song. This is the chorus that usually gets stuck in my head from the rockin' songs.
Yeah, so track 2, and again, I'm like, holy shit, like another pleasant surprise. I'm like, I didn't know Bad English had this in them. So I'm listening to him. I'm like, when the song starts, I'm like, all right, this is kind of ballsy. Like, you're starting with like a bass line, then Neal comes in with some little licks and the guitar, and then the riff kicks in. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Then you got the verses are nice. Again, John Waite, we're going to keep saying it. He's being overpowered by a powerful band behind him, but he's doing his job. Got the bridge, another really catchy chorus that just gets stuck in your head. I mean, these guys know how to write hooks, and they're doing it very well. So heaven is a 4-letter word. So when you hear the term 4-letter word, you're referring to like a curse, like a swear word. Okay. So I'm like, all right. So if heaven is a 4-letter word, so heaven, does that mean he wants to fuck her and heaven is fucking her and that's the 4-letter word? Like, is that what we're talking about here? I guess that's what I'm talking about. He's trying to be catchy and be nice about saying how he wants to bang this chick, and that's heaven, I guess. I don't know.
At somewhere in those lyrics, Tom, I think he was talking about like when he gets her alone, he can kiss her. I'm thinking kiss, like the kiss
or
between
love
them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a 4-letter word. Is what
so I'm the pig out of the group. Okay.
No.
All
I mean, I think fuck too is when you think
Okay.
4-letter word. But
Okay.
But I think he's trying to say that that's like the kiss between them or their love between them is a heaven.
Maybe I'm just used to hearing like Paul Stanley lyrics with like love gun and thinking like that's what he wants to do. But anyways, so far 2 for 2, pleasantly surprised with the way this album's starting off.
Heaven is a 4-letter word. It is their 6th single.
Well, when you got 13 songs on an album, no shit.
Neal Schon, Jonathan Cain, John Waite wrote the song. It went to number 66 on the top Hot 100. It went to number 12 on mainstream rock. Yeah, I agree. Catchy chorus. The thing that comes out now, I'm on the second song here. I'm like, damn, I like John Waite's voice. I like it. It hooks me in because I think he can do just about sing about anything, and I'll give a song a chance. The drums again are surprising to me. I like the solo again, but it goes into a little bit of a "You Give a Love a Bad Name" when it comes out of the solo. The drums. It almost, I was waiting for him to go into "Shot Through the Heart," Yep. But I like that little kind of segue they do there. And I forgot this. There was a guy named Mark Spiro who was also a songwriter. I guess he was a big songwriter at the time. He also wrote part of that song. There is like a video, and I think there was kind of like a fan video for Best of What I Got. I don't think it's an official video, but there is a kind of a video with this. It's a performance video. Some hot chicks like spray painting on the wall and dancing. And it's the same fucking video for any of their videos throughout this album. Black and white footage, the band horsing around. Ooh, we're so silly. Backstage. Then they perform. Then you got some fans. Then there's color. And then there's black and white. It's like that whole I Won't Forget You Poison. Like,
yes.
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yep.
Fucking, what's the other one? Motley Crue's Home Sweet Home. Like the backstage shenanigans. And, ooh, was so crazy. Bad English.
Yeah. And then some random hot chick graffitiing a wall.
Yeah.
Like every video has some random hot chick walking around taking her clothes off. Like it's like they just had to like enter in a random hot chick.
She should have like listed like they shown her spray painting for like different 4-letter words like fuck, like cock, C word.
Oh, nice.
All over.
Very nice.
That one you won't say.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we do have some editorial pride on the show. Come on.
Cunt.
Oh, there it is. God damn it.
You know what I mean.
Wonderful.
Oh, God. Next song. Oh.
Okay, Possession. So I think that here we might get a little different. I think this song is beautiful musically. Great accents by both Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain. Perfect fucking chorus. I love this song. This is a song I probably have to apologize to Tony. This is one of those songs that I am screaming at the top of my lungs in the car after a night at the bar, drunk. My heart's in your world. Like I can totally imagine me doing this. Now I will tell you, Waite needs to shut the fuck up during the guitar solo. Like that's completely Richie's fault. Like I get it. He said a bunch of stuff. Just edit that shit out. Why do you leave that shit in? I'm not sure if you noticed in the lyrics, but a couple of times he says, my heart's in your world tonight. The last chorus, he goes, your heart's in my world tonight. So it changes a little bit, right? So he's trying to add a little dynamics to the song. Almost perfect ballad for Waite. I only say almost because he needs to shut the fuck up during the guitar solo. Besides that, this is I could listen to this song on loop. This is a great song to me.
Okay. All right. So first thing I'm going to start off with, this is the first song on this album where I'm like, oh, you got to wonder if John Waite has been served a restraining order before, because this is the first of many really stalker songs lyrically where he tries to hide them as love songs. Like, dude, you need to stay 100 feet away from this chick at all times because you're fucking pretty scary here.
But can I put a camera in the lady toilet, please?
No. And this is also the first song on the album where I'm like, this band could have written like a soundtrack to an 80s like teen, like not a John Hughes movie, but it sounds very soundtracky. Okay. But I will agree with you a little bit, Sonny. Look, I'm a sucker for a big ballad. I like cheesy ballads depending on how well they're done. Some of them are horrible and some of them are bad. This is not all great, but I like the chorus. The chorus is very, very, very melodic, very catchy, very well written, and this is a song that John Waite can sing well. But again, it's just very wimpy. It's very like wishy-washy. But that's what they were trying to do. It was 1989. It was the era of the ballad. But it's not bad. It's not bad. The chorus I like.
Possession, the 7th single, written by John Waite, Jonathan Cain, and Ricky Phillips. It made it to number 21 in US 100, number 42 on Adult Contemporary. Of course it did, because it's a fucking soft, wimpy, horrendous song. This song is just so rotten. It's rotten. It's Sonny, why the fuck? Like you, because now I feel like you're gonna think I'm only doing this because you love it so much. I don't get it. Like we like some of the same music. How the fuck do you listen to this and this song be one of your favorite songs? I don't understand it. It is just so. It's so cheesy, manufactured, acoustic opening, slow building, soft, wimpy rock song. First of all, I'm echoing Tom's sentiments. Possession? Good luck with that song title these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking yikes. You're my obsession? I want possession of you? Holy cancellation culture. You are fucking done. No ways you're getting away with that shit now. Yeah, John Waite has a good song, but this good voice, but the song is terrible. It's so wimpy and cheesy and so like thrown into the, okay, this is what a ballad should be like in this era and this time. This is what it is. And compared to the other ballads on this, I don't understand how you can't see the difference in what sounds like a fun, catchy fucking chorus. And this schlop, it's just, this is what you were saying about you're giving yourself away. It's just, this is just horrible song. And the fact that you play this and are in love with this, I don't understand it. I don't understand you, Sonny Pooney. Help me understand you.
This is why we love
I would
this. Is why I love this.
suggest don't buy any John Waite records then. Because this
like
is
his
John
shit.
Waite solo. No, John Waite solo, this kind of stuff is all over it.
I know 2 John Waite songs other than this. Missing You and Change, right?
I
and
would not buy
songs are
any John
great.
Waite solo albums if I were you.
but this is just I don't know if I'm going to recover.
You will.
This was horrendous. This is what I thought Tom would be saying about this whole album. This song.
No.
Okay.
I like the chorus, but that's it.
All right. Forget Me. This song is next. Let's hit it.
So after the cockwomble we just heard from Zeus, Forget Me Not, if you don't know, it's based on the Anne Rice books. John Waite said that himself about vampires. It's about, coming to this life and meeting your love from a previous life. That's what the song's about. That first 40 seconds as the instruments kind of coming in one by one, love that. Love that lighter guitar riff, that and like that kind of thing is totally Neal. Like Neal has figured out that with the singers that he has worked with in his life, he needs to back off when he needs to back off, and he needs to be there when he needs to be there, and he's figured that out. I love the breakdown. When I touch you, you'll be touched by love, by love, by love, by love. Love it. And the great outro solo. So to me, this is, kind of not a carbon copy, but it reminds you of the first 2 songs, right? Like it'll catch back the rock people that maybe the last song, people, they lost. Maybe here's a song that brings them back, goes, all right, we're back to rocking here.
Yeah, this song blew me away. I was like, another one. I'm like, this song is fucking well written and rocks.
You don't remember it when it came out?
Nope.
Not even the video, nothing?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. It's when I listened to him, like this song right here, in my head as I'm listening, it was like I directed my own video to this song, because growing up in the 80s and watching movies and seeing videos, I'm like, this sounds like the kind of song where like it starts off with like a guy and a girl in the high school hallway. She breaks up with him. She walks away. He slams his locker. He gets in his car. And then all of a sudden he's like driving real fast, like shifting his car aggressively and getting all angry. And then the chorus kicks in. And it's like, I'm like, this is like maybe the best song that like somebody like Kenny Loggins like never wrote. Like a hard song with keyboards, but it still straddles that line where it's not going to alienate people that kind of like a little bit of the more softer stuff. This is a really, really good song, and was not expecting this. I wish the album had more of this, because right now, 3 out of the first 4 songs are legitimate, like rock songs, like good choruses, upbeat. They got some balls to them a little bit, and I wish the album was filled with a lot of this. And then I can't wait to talk about the friggin' video.
Forget Me Not. It was the first single written by John Waite, Jonathan Cain, and Mark Spiro. It made it to number 45 on US 100, mainstream rock number 2. So this is the song that introduced me. That I remember seeing this. I'm like, holy shit, they're fucking rocking. And you're right, Tom. 3 out of the four, you're like, oh, great. And you could tell their songwriting and their musicianship are steps above all the other like hair bands of that time.
Oh, yeah.
They got that journey. Like we know what we can get the mass appeal and maybe get a little of the hair metal appeal too. We can combine the two and do something with this. It's got that weird vibe, kind of something's going on, opening, and it builds up to this cool song. Honestly, I felt I could totally see Whitesnake pulling this off in like 87, 89.
Yeah.
With Coverdale and the guitars on this and him blasting away. Mm-hmm. It's got another nice Neal solo. That, again, Sonny, I am not picking on you. I have it here in my notes. I don't understand you. I don't understand Sonny, the Sonny Booney.
Tell me.
The pause spoken, when I touch you, you will be touched by love, is just the fucking silliest, stupidest thing I fucking, since they sang Possession. Holy Christ. Why does he do that? It's so cheesy. It's Gene's with dun, 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 dun. I like it.
Yeah,
it's just, yeah. Anyways, it's the first song that introduced me to the band and made me buy this album. The song kicks ass.
It really does.
It really does. Let's get to the video. So the video starts off with like John Waite in like a fucking, I don't know, Middle Earth outfit with Father Tuck or some monk marrying him with somebody. Why the fuck is he wearing black gloves? And she puts a ring on over his hand and he's wearing black gloves.
Dude, why is he wearing those glasses?
Oh, the Ozzy glasses? Ozzy glasses work on him.
Dude, they don't. No, they don't.
The one big thing in this video that sticks out to me, Jonathan Cain with the keytar.
I knew you were going to bring it up.
Dude, let me tell you something right now. You are in bad English. Act like it. You are not Eddie Van Halen. You are not friggin' somebody. You're not even CC DeVille. You holding a keytar and you're jumping off the stage like you're Paul Stanley. Relax.
And why was Neal playing in the rain? Like this has nothing to do.
Because he saw Tears Are Falling.
Exactly. Probably. The other thing with this video too, there were so many cross cuts and jump cuts. Like I'm like, there was so much movement going on. It was like the cameras would zoom around, they would cut to him, and then Deen Castronovo for a minute looked like he was having a stroke playing the drums. And I'm like, there's just too much going on.
I have all these fucking notes in it. You guys are hitting everything that I fucking put in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm like, so, now he's performing like John Waite. What's with this awful white outfit? And why is the drummer going nuts? And why does he have these awful John Lennon glasses that are not cool when rockers wear them? They look stupid. Wait, is that Jonathan Cain rocking a guitar? How embarrassing. I feel like he's playing Get Down on It, coming up next. Get Down on It. And then he jumps off the stage rising. And he's like, yeah. And he tries to jump in like he's playing a fucking like Gibson and jump in with Jonathan Waite and like singing the chorus with him, rocking his guitar. Holy fuck.
I'm trying to think of, is this more embarrassing for Jonathan Cain, or is playing the imaginary keyboard in the Separate Ways video more embarrassing?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
It's just Neal's playing in the rain. Where did the rain come from? But at least John Waite at least gets to make out with the hot chick in the bed.
And she is hot. Point. I'll tell you right now, one thing I for some reason, I don't know why they drew attention to this, but I couldn't. when she kind of folds down the front of her jeans. Did you see that when she kind of did that?
Yeah.
She's got fucking Kelly jeans from 90210.
Yes.
Fat, make them like the chicks made them look fat back then, like mom jeans.
She was hot.
Remember, like the 90s, all of a sudden, like that era, late 80s, like jeans weren't like nice and tight, showing a nice ass. They were like fat fucking hip things. And it's like, that does not flattering on this poor woman.
But she's hot enough to pull it off.
Yeah. And Neal is going nuts at the end, wailing at the end of this video. But
and then they jump off the roof together, right?
Yeah.
And I guess we're supposed to believe that they transform into birds when they're most likely roadkill, right? But I was always wondering, I'm like, why are they climbing the stairway and then jump off? I forgot there's a line that says, I climb a stairway to the open sky.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yep. The video is crazy. Oh my, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah. And I think in our fucking ARC Hall of Fame fucking awful decisions in music videos, the fucking Jonathan Cain guitar jump is in there. It's a Mount Rushmore moment.
It is. Like, settle down. Like, just not good.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the
You Smile, the song used in every dental/dentist commercial for all time. Here's what John Waite said about it. I fucked up. We didn't need When I See You Smile. I talked the guys into it because Diane Warren was a friend. We already had some great ballads. We didn't need this song. So that's what he said about it. Me personally, I can totally see why it was number one. It's got super mass appeal. It's got the AM, FM type hit below. And by the way, here was the competition. So here's the top 10 when it went number one. 10, Back to Life, Soul to Soul. 9, Poison, Alice Cooper. 8, Didn't I Blow Your Mind, New Kids on the Block. 7, Angelia by Richard Marx. That's a great song, by the way. 6, We Didn't Start the Fire, Billy Joel. 5, Listen to Your Heart, Roxette. Another great song. 4, It's Just the Way You Love Me by Paula Abdul. 3, Love Shack by B-52s. 2, Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli. That's when I See You Smile was number one. And Blame It on the Rain took it over at number one the following week, by the way.
Dude, can I just say one thing? All that list.
Sure.
Oh, I used to love that Roxette chick.
Oh yeah,
and there's something about her that's very similar to John Waite, and we'll get to that part, right?
Oh yeah.
This song could have been on 100 movie soundtracks. It even has that I Don't Want to Miss a Thing feel to it that comes years later by Diane Warren. Neal's quick guitar solo is absolutely perfect. It's a great way to end a song. Epic ballad, right? The build up, blah, blah, blah. Like Diane wrote a great song. They did it very well. Diane was probably very happy 8-9 years later that she has Steven Tyler instead of John Waite singing her next number one hit or her another number one hit. I don't know if it was her next, but it's a good song. It's unfortunate that this is the first song everybody thinks of when they hear the words Bad English.
Yeah, it's funny that you say When I See You Smile, this is played by, every dentist or whatever, because the first thing I think of is that fucking John Waite needs a dentist. Is the first thing I see.
It's not Michael Strahan, but it's there.
It's close, dude. He could fit Jonathan Cain's guitar in between there. So, but you're right. You're right. I was trying to think when I was listening. I was trying to think of a band that has been like more stigmatized with a hit that offers more than Bad English with When I See You Smile, because when you picked it, I was like, oh my God, this is the band that does When I See You Smile. How are we going to get through this album? Like, because to me, like there are other bands out there that are like one hit wonders. Like Bad English is not a one hit wonder and they do more than When I See You Smile, but so identifiable with this song that it is kind of unfortunate for them. I mean, they probably don't think it was unfortunate because it was a number one single. The album went platinum. They had a nice career. It's got Diane Warren's name written all over it. This is exactly what she does. And this is why she's a successful songwriter. It is what it is. It's a ballad. It's cheesy. It's corny. It was a hit for a reason. It's, to me, as bad as the beating that Zeus gave Possession, I think this is just 10 times more cookie cutter, corny, and cheesy than Possession. But I could see why it had appeal and why it was a hit.
When I See You Smile, Diane Warren is the writer. It's the second single from this album. It went to number 1. Thinking of all our reviews, how many number 1 songs have we reviewed?
Shit, I don't. That's actually. I wish we were kind of a little bit. Is anything off of Poison? Did anything off? Top?
I would think Hotel California had a number 1 track on there.
Anything off?
I think New Kid on Town was the number 1 song.
Anything off? Look What the Cat Dragged In?
New Kid in Town was. No, hell no.
No, I didn't know. I'm just thinking of like Talk Dirty to Me if that was like a number 1 song.
No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I would think that's probably the only number 1. Those two are the only number 1 songs.
You don't think Cry for the Gypsy is a number 1 song? Cry of the Gypsy, or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's a great song.
It is a great
was,
song.
Sweet Child of Mine number 1?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it could have been close.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if one of you guys looked it up while I go through the rest of the stuff here, but that's okay. It made U.S. hot number 1. It was number 11 on adult contemporary. Mainstream rock number 10, and it finished number 34 for the year in 1989. Soft keyboards, acoustic guitar opening, very Diane Warren Journey-like type song, very 80s ballad, but very fucking catchy. Great chorus. John's voice is just great. The drums on this are very Eric Carr Forever for me, especially when I see it. It makes me think that it comes out like, holy shit, the drums are really good on this. And then the ending when John softly says, "Baby, when I see you." Oh, I love that. That works for me. So everything I hated about the previous song, Possession, is the opposite with this song. This song is fun. It's easy listening.
Wow.
It's catchy as all fuck. And it's no different than all the other big songs, the power ballads from a lot of those other bands. But I can listen to this all day. It's a great fucking catchy tune. And John Waite's voice it's soothing. It's a soothing type song. Now let's get to the video. What the fuck? It's John Waite. The look is just that wig and those shoes, that dress, and then his teeth is the first time I noticed what happened. You're right, Tom. They could take off one of the fucking things off the guitar and put it in between. Like I feel like someone's gonna do it like an Adam Vinatieri. The kick is good right between his fucking teeth.
Okay, I get it. I have bad teeth.
And what's worse is the camera's so close. It's like you pull back if you know the guy's got the gap tooth shit going. It's just a bad look.
And the nervous swaying when I see like what like fucking stand and then that hairdo. It's just
bad. He
looks like the Scottish actor Robert Carlyle. You know who that is? He was in like the Full Monty. Always in like
okay,
he looks like him, like, and that guy always looks like he has fucked up teeth too. So you put that wig on that guy, and that's who he looks like. I think he was in the TV show. I used to watch it in Natalia. Once Upon a Time, he was like Rumpelstiltskin. That's what John Waite looks like when he's dressed as the character Rumpelstiltskin with the fucked up teeth.
Poor John Waite.
And I think the director purposely told him, "Can you smile a little more in this video?" Because in the rest of the videos, he honestly doesn't smile that much.
No.
He does it by mistake in one of the other videos we'll talk about, but here he's almost doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And you just don't see him smiling a lot in any of the videos he's ever done for any song.
Yeah, because when you look at Price of Love, when we get up next, it's all close up on him. He's not smiling at all.
Yeah.
Well, he does. They catch him a couple of times. You can see him almost doing it, and then they cut away.
Well, no, he's not smiling. It's just you can see his teeth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But and then a couple other things. Is it me or is Neal really short? Like he's shrinking?
He is short.
He's really short.
Yeah, he looks like he's shrinking.
I sent you guys that picture with me in it. He's easily a foot shorter than me.
Yeah.
Maybe
again,
9 to 10 inches.
The video is Wanted Dead or Alive-ish, Home Sweet Home-ish, black and white, concert footage, shenanigans going on backstage. Ooh, let's do a secret handshake. And then Jonathan Cain, the fucking whipping boy.
Poor guy.
Dude, keyboardists do not need to act like they're rocking out. He doesn't need to have the one hand in the air, fist bumping while he's fucking playing keyboards to When I See You Smile. That's not like fucking, yeah, I'm listening to fucking Metal Health. And he's like, one finger is like, yeah.
He thinks it is.
Horrendous. And that hairdo on him ain't much better than the wig on John Waite.
No.
Just not a good look.
No.
Sweet Child of Mine was number one. Guns N' Roses' only number one hit.
Okay.
Wow. So that's three? Altogether, three.
Yeah. New Kid in Town was number one, I think.
Yeah.
So Spit It Out off of Whitesnake was not a number one song.
Should have been.
Yeah, I don't think so, but that's too bad. Anything else you want to add on this one, or we go to the next one?
Let's go.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Tough Times Don't Last. All right. This song's going to take a beating by at least two of us. So here's my thoughts on it. I like the keyboard lick. I think it's a very Bon Jovi type song. This could have been on Slippery When Wet, really. Some great lyrics in the verse. They are pushing their luck in the chorus. I got it, but I like it. Another great short guitar solo. Now, if you get through the guitar solo and you're still listening and you're still trying to give it a shot, the oh-ohs at the end, basically, if you were just barely hanging on, that took you over the top of, goddamn, this song, the title sucks, it's fucking wimpy rock, the blah, blah, blah. Probably turned off every Journey fan, every Babies fan, every hair metal fan. Definitely turned off anybody who liked grunge or punk or heavy metal to this point. I don't mind it. I think the oh-ohs at the end are catchy, and I actually like this song. I get it. It's cheesy. I don't mind it, but then I like Asylum, right? And I like 80s Kiss, so I obviously don't mind cheese on my hamburger.
You said it perfectly. This is a Bon Jovi song, totally a Slippery When Wet song. I think it's a very good song. I actually like this song a lot, except for that line, "Tough times don't last, lovers do." It's fucking embarrassing.
Baby, don't give up.
You need like
me and you.
You need like a lyrical editor. If that was a line in the song, okay, but to have that be the title of the song and the chorus, that's where you lose me. But I think it's a well written song. I think they're kind of getting back to like that rock aspect, like just total Bon Jovi song. I like it. The synth, it's kind of got a little bit of a mood to it, during the verses, which is good. But the chorus is actually very well written and melodic, but that tough times don't last, lovers do. You get out of here with that. That's just not good.
Hotel California was the number one song too.
Oh, okay.
So, Tough Times Don't Last, Jonathan Cain, David Roberts, don't know who that is, and John Waite. Damn, this song has a lot of keyboards. This, of course, Sonny likes this. This song has horrendous Dear Abby-like fucking embarrassing, cheesy lyrics. The solo is good by Neal. The outro with the whoa makes this even worse.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's just, dude, tough times don't last, lovers do.
It's indefensible.
It's game show lovers. Like it's just
I go because tough times don't last.
Oh God, here we go.
Lovers do. Dude, could you imagine in a conversation when someone's like feeling down and someone said, well, don't worry about it, tough times don't last. And then someone goes, yeah, lovers do. You would fucking go, what? It's just, this might get up there with fucking one of the worst songs we've ever had. Oh, just the lyrics make this so bad. Fucking, it's a Sesame Street song. Tough times don't last. Oh, okay, thank you.
But I like Sesame Street.
Yeah. Look both ways when you cross the street.
Exactly.
Just, come on. Here we go to the next one, too. Woo, we're on a roll.
Ghost in Your Heart. We're not going to agree on this one either. Drums and keyboards, starting the song, the eerie vibe. I kind of like that. Love the pre-chorus. I love that the music drops out and then rebuilds after the solo. That totally works for me. And Deen here is doing a lot of accents on the drums, but you got to listen for him. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. And I will tell you, Deen Castronovo is uber talented.
Yes.
You guys didn't get a chance to listen to the song I sent to you yesterday. That was Deen Castronovo singing.
Wow.
So he could have sang this song. And he now, well, he's not in Journey technically now, but I don't know if he's back. I don't think he's back yet. But when he was in Journey and Perry was gone, Deen sang all the ballads.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know
from
that.
the drums, right?
Okay.
So the guy's got an amazing voice. Not sure he had found it in 1989 yet, but the guy's super talented and could have easily done this song. I really like this song. I get it. Little white picket fence around your heart, kind of turns people off almost immediately, and maybe you're thinking about picket fence teeth or something. But anyway, I like the song.
Yeah, here, my notes for this song are: the band is attempting to rock. It has awful lyrics and an awful chorus. Those are my notes for this song. And then I wrote, it's more teenage love music. This song is horrible. This is the first song on the album where I'm like, I can't get on board with this. Like every other song so far, I either like or really like or kind of like, or I can take it or leave it. This is just bad. The lyrics are like, just stop with the guy. I remember you. Are you crying in your sleep tonight when you're lying with him? You turn out the light again. Dude, you're like a stalker. Get over it. She doesn't want to be with you. Stop. Stop it. I'm a ghost in your heart. A little white picket fence. It's not good.
Take the fence and put it in your teeth.
Yeah, this is like one of the first like real just duds for me on the album. But the only thing I will say, if I'm gonna give something, the first like 10 seconds, I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds like 80s Rush from like something from Power Windows. It's all nice synth. And then I'm like, no, it's not.
Oh, I hate 70s and 80s Rush then.
There you go.
Ghost in Your Heart, written by John Waite, Martin Page, I guess some English singer, songwriter, bassist, and Jonathan Cain. Just soft rock yuck. Ghost in Your Heart, this song will haunt me. It's more like it. And then I also, if you follow like the way he's singing and the way the story's going, it's very Shooting Star from Bad Company, but with terrible lyrics.
Yes.
Right? The way he's narrating the song. And I put, of course, Neal has a decent solo in it. I feel like this song is what I pictured Tom to think this album is like.
Exactly. Yes.
Right? Just like this soft rock, like pussy fucking album that, it's full of this type of shit. But I don't look at it, the whole album like this, but this song certainly didn't fucking help. Let's go to the next one.
Price of Love. All right. So the only song on the album that Cain and Waite write without a third person involved. And there's a reason. Waite and Cain, they couldn't write together. They needed a third. John Waite said this himself. Waite and Cain never really got along that well. Waite thought Cain was a diva, coming into recordings and songwriting sessions late, leaving early. Ricky even said, I knew both of them. I would hang out with one at night and the other one during the day to keep the two Johns apart. Okay, so This is what you get with them. This is ultimately was the demise of the band too. It didn't help in the babies. Like, it's just one of those things. Waite was just going through a bad breakup and Cain had just got married. So this is where you kind of get the price of love, push and pull. So I think the song works because of both of the point of views are in the song. Perfect start by Neal. The song is made to be in a chick flick. I can see, scenes of arguing, hugging, throwing plates, having sex, all that kind of stuff. I like that the guitar solo is a little bit longer and Waite actually shuts the fuck up. So song was peaked at number 5. I know we're going to talk about this, but here was the competition. 4 was Black Velvet by Alana Miles. 3 was Rome by B-52s. 2 was Dangerous by Roxette. I don't remember that song. I had to listen to it the other day. It wasn't that good. Then number 1 was Escapade by Janet Jackson. So that's why I kind of stalled at 5.
That's a great song.
This song should be on every Sexy Time playlist.
Sexy Time.
Perfect ballad for John Waite.
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I?
This should have been a number. This would have been a number one hit song right after "Missing You" if it gets released on the next album by John Waite. I love this song.
I'm with you. This is by far the best ballad on this song. I think the chorus is so unbelievably melodic that it's almost overwhelming when I first heard the song, because I didn't know the song. It starts off, I'm like, okay, we got another kind of corny ballad. It's okay. But then when it gets into the bridge and then the actual chorus, I was like, this is a well-crafted melodic ballad where, to me, the lyrics are actually pretty good. The lyrics are actually, there's something there. Like, every ballad has its cheesiness and its corniness, but this to me is by far the standout ballad on this song. Very, very well made. And that chorus is just stuck in my head. I like this one a lot.
Price of Love, written by John Waite and Jonathan Cain. It's the third single from this album. It made it to number 5 on the US 100, 38 adult contemporary, 30 on US mainstream. Another ballad keyboard opening. John's voice is great. Nice melody. Of course, the chorus is fantastic. I like Neal solo, Deen's drums. It's a fun, great ballad of the era. I like it. I like it a lot. Do I like it more than When I See You Smile? I don't know. We'll find out. But I like Bon Jovi's Price of Love better. Anyway, let's get to the video.
Why?
Here we go again with the black and white fucking shenanigans backstage and the band. And like, seriously, they must have filmed this all at the same time. But wait, we're going to see close-ups of John Waite throughout this whole fucking video. He's like on a tour bus. And you can tell how long this thing was because the different backgrounds, it looks like he got on this thing to film it in the afternoon. And then there's night shots. And then there's shots like at the dawn. People must be like, dude, do I really have to fucking close up on his face for this fucking long? He looks at certain times like, I'm fucking annoyed. Let's end this shit. Same bad wig. It just, the teeth at one point get displayed. I'm waiting for somebody on the fucking street to kick a football through his face.
You bring up a good point. John Waite looks horrible in this video.
Yeah. And
you're right. He looks annoyed.
Yeah.
Like he looks like, Price of Love. Like, hurry up. It's like, whatever. Like, it's like he just looks like grumpy. Let's be serious. He's got bad teeth and he's not a very handsome man to begin with.
He's bad looking. He's not a bad looking man.
Oh, I think I don't think he's a good looking guy at all.
I think he's got the looks. He's got the looks.
Okay. All right.
He's got an 80s Miami Vice, like pop star kind of.
Put it this way. He's got the kind of face where the camera should be back about 50 yards. Okay. Put it that way. That's the kind of face he's got.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
What,
I want to know if you guys
Rumpelstiltskin face.
Yeah.
If you guys notice two things. One is now he's wearing black instead of white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And two, did you notice the Eddie Vedder hand moves?
Yeah, I did. Yes. Pushing people away.
He did it twice.
Butterflies
pushing people away.
Yep.
He wasn't grunting them away though, but he was pushing them away.
Yep.
Yeah, he just did not look pleasant on there. And dude, you're filming him at night. Why is he wearing a black jacket? Like, it's just fucking stupid. Like, they could have made these videos so much better and memorable.
Yeah.
But they did what they did. I'm ready when you are to go to the next track.
Ready when you are. All right. Nothing wrong with a song about some light BDSM. Nothing wrong with that. Love the beginning with just Deen on the drums. I like that start-stop musical type piece, which totally works for me when it's done well. So it kind of creates this groove I really like. And it gives Neal a lot of room in the music to do kind of any kind of accents and guitar fills that he wants to do. Waite can't really sell this song. And the ending is brutal. Because I don't know if that's Waite's attempt at rapping, and the whole dream baby at the end, that's just bad. It's not the worst song in the album for me, but Waite can't really sell this.
Okay, so I musically, I love this song. I love the way it starts. I'm like, okay, this is a rock song. This band can do this if they want to do this. They're doing so many different things on this album, which doesn't surprise you. There's 13 fucking songs on the thing. But this song right here, this stands out. It's got that great intro. Then it kind of you kind of have like that real 80s rock kind of sound to it, like upbeat, rocking, kind of anthemic. The chorus is really cool. I think it's a great chorus. I like it. It's a standout track for me. But like you said at the end, the dream, sweat, baby. What, dude? No, you are not. You can't do this. Stay in your lane. That is not your strength. Doing that whole that ending, that outro with him with the dream and the sweat and no, just bad. And you're right. The song is such a rocker that it does kind of expose what we've said before, kind of John Waite's kind of limitations lyrically as a rock singer. But I think the music and the song is so well written that they can pull it off.
Ready When You Are, written by Jonathan Cain, John Waite, Neal Schon, Todd Cerny, who apparently wrote, like, a big thing was, I know at least, was Notorious by Loverboy. Co-wrote that.
Wow.
Very similar style. All of a sudden, we're now hard rock. Nice opening drum. Deen is damn good. This song, with the space that you were talking about between the lyrics, is a very Robert Palmer song. Didn't Mean to Turn You On.
Yep.
And the other song there, what do you call it? Simply Irresistible.
Oh, yeah.
Neal's guitar fills are fucking kick ass after the first verse. The spoken words at the end is just fucking embarrassing. Close your eyes, wear another sleek disguise. Dream baby, sweat baby.
So bad.
What the fuck? Dude, these are like bad decisions, like movies where you see a character that's like not in control of stuff and you're like, dude, why do you make this horrendous decision? What are you doing? Stop. Like, where's the producer on this? Being like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Get that shit out of here. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need an editor.
Yeah, like that's just horrible. And this song is good up until that point.
Yep.
It gets taken down notches for that embarrassing ending. What the fuck? Now let's lay it down. Lay it down. Next.
Lay Down. All right. So you guys might not know this. John Waite's a huge R&B fan. Okay. So here's what he said about Journey. I mean, I hate to say it, but I listen to Journey and think, Jesus Christ, that is just wrong. They are basically writing music for super white people listening to super white music. Fuck that. That's why there'll never be a bad English reunion. I'd rather shoot myself.
What?
That's what he thinks about Journey music.
What the
And
fuck?
he thinks this is the R&B that he wants to sing. Dude, this song is every Journey song ever made is 100% better than this song. This is brutal. I don't even know who to blame because the three main songwriters are writing the song. It's a mess song totally, and the terrible chorus. Like I don't get this song. I don't understand why John thinks that this is R&B, because to me, this is not R&B. It's not super white music. I don't think that stuff. But he goes out of his way to shit on Journey anytime he can. Dude, you can't do that if you're going to do this kind of shit.
Dude, I'm with you. This song is a fucking train wreck. The chorus is a fucking disaster. He's hitting different octaves that they're not pleasant to the ear. The verses, the drums are kind of just banging around and doing weird shit. The song is horrible. I mean, if there wasn't for one other song on this album, this would by far be the worst song on the album because it's a mess. It's a mess.
Lay Down, written by John Waite, Neal Schon, and Jonathan Cain. Nice little funky guitar opening. I'm like, I know this kind of song. It's, to me, this is Tesla-like, them trying to do like a Tesla-like song, like Be a Man, or attempting like a Zeppelin kind of a thing going on here, but it's not really picking up. I'm the opposite of you guys. I don't think the song's bad at all. I think it's fine. I think it's them attempting to do those type of music. I hear Tesla and a little attempt at Zeppelin. It's a nice Neal Schon guitar, of course, because everything he does on this album is great. And the drums by Deen, I think they're pretty decent. I don't know. I don't have a problem with the song. I found it to be better than fucking a couple of these songs here. It's just, in the lyrics aren't that bad. There's nothing stupid, and it's nothing like the end of Ready When You Are. Oh, don't think put that much into it. Let's go to the next one.
The Restless Ones. So Ricky Phillips helped write this song, and I think this is where he was starting to see kind of who was uncomfortable with certain topics and who weren't. Because in an interview, he said being in Bad English was a strange experience because they were frankly quite conservative. And the closer we got to darker themes, the edgier the topics got, the more uncomfortable some of the folks were. This song's got total movie theme feel. I like the build up into the chorus. I think it's a really good chorus. The production with Richie Zito, perfect for this type of song. Because when you need to hear the keyboards, you hear them. When you need to hear the guitar fill, you hear it. Like all the volume knob stuff he's doing works perfectly here. I can really see this being a hit movie theme type song. I really liked it.
I'm with you. Those are pretty much exactly what I had written down. It's a movie song. It could be the theme to a song. It could be the credits rolling for it. It's very anthemic. Obviously the lyrical topic is about people kind of, finding their identity or making you feel like odd or whatever, with the Restless Ones. We're out on the wasteland of broken dreams, that kind of stuff. Very anthemic, very 80s. I like the chorus. It's not a bad song. The lyrics are a little bit corny. It's of the time, but you can see what they're trying to write with the song. But yeah, this is not a bad song for me. This is fairly decent for me.
The Restless Ones, written by John Waite, Jonathan Cain, and Ricky Phillips. The synth keyboards, I thought it was like very kind of Whitesnake opening as far as the keyboards or early Whitesnake. On the Streets. Well, here we go, the streets again in the beginning. I put, Neal's obviously good solo, nice drums. This is a nice 80s song. Very 80s. This is Rod Stewart's Forever Young, yes, Downtown Train.
There you go.
End of the Innocence.
I like those songs too.
Yeah. Yep. End of the Innocence by Don Henley. And then I also feel like this could be what you're talking about, like Legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Or something like that. The ends with the Restless Ones or something like that. But it's a decent song. I'll agree with you guys there. I'm on that. Let's rock our horse.
Rockin' Horse. So Neal's favorite song of the album, big surprise since he's the one who brought it to the band. I was thinking while I was listening to the other day, because you guys, you get into my head sometimes. Uh-oh. The pace feels like riding a rocking horse. Stone Gossard doing the little rocking horse. Yeah, we're slow and plodding.
The Murph dance.
We're all doing the rocking horse now. Here we go. There we go. If you don't pay attention, you're going to miss a lot of little things that both Schon and Cain are doing. I really like the riff. I think the verses and the pre-choruses are good. The chorus is meh. And I was reading the lyrics again. I'm like, I'm assuming this song is about New York because that's where Waite was living at the time, because he says, "Thank you, New York" at the end. Unless this song is about New York, there's absolutely no reason to say "Thank you, New York" at the end. I don't understand that part, never have. Overall, though, because the chorus is kind of and it's kind of slow and plodding, this was one of the lesser songs for me.
Okay. I actually enjoyed this song because it's something completely different from the rest of the album. It's kind of got like a slow kind of groove to it, kind of like trying to like a Southern rock kind of like bar band type of thing, which is unique for them. That being said, lyrically, half of the song is so goddamn embarrassing, I couldn't even really get through it. By the Jukebox at the Starlight Grill kicking out an Elvis tune. All right. Come on. Like an outlaw, like Jesse James.
Jesse James.
All right. And then it gets worse later on. Golden earring on the radio. Radar love is coming through. All right. We get it. You're trying hard. Lyrically, it's kind of bad, but I like the tempo. I like the musically. I like it. They're trying something different. It's not a standard straight ahead pop rock song. It's got a little bit of an attitude to it. So I like it. I think it was a surprising song to hear on this album from them.
Rockin' Horse, written by Neal Schon, John Waite, Jonathan Cain. I have the three things that you both brought up. Thank You, New York lyric, kicking out an Elvis tune, golden earring on the radio, radar love is coming through. Whatever. I had that in there. But it's a nice riff, drums opening. I think this is a greasy song. Zeppish, almost, especially the drums. The solo is fucking nasty. And then as I'm writing the stuff about this song, I'm like, this song actually rocks.
Yeah.
I love the outro on this. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, this is like kind of heavy. This is a fun, good rock song, like a hard rock song. I really like this. I thought this stood out. I think Neal kicks ass on this song. Really does.
Mm-hmm.
One song left. Don't Walk Away.
So Don't Walk Away. I know we're going to talk about it. It's written by Andy Hill and Peter Sinfield. So this is a second song that's written with outside writers. When I tell you who Andy Hill and Peter Sinfield is, you might understand why the song is the way it is. Andy Hill worked with Peter Cetera, Cher, Celine Dion, and Peter Sinfield is the founder and lyricist for King Crimson. So they come from like more of a pop type background. I would have personally ended the album most likely with Rockin' Horse, so it's a little more of a faster pace, but I think this song is awesome. Total pop hit. I love the bridge. Waite's basically begging for like, don't go. And then I like the end because it changes up a little bit with the backing vocals, right? Because when they're saying baby don't walk away, the lines that the backing vocals is saying is every cloud has a silver lining. If you look hard enough, you'll find love shining. It works for me because it changes it up a little bit. This song is well written, and again, it's a perfect song for a Waite solo album. This fit John's voice very, very well. I just think it's kind of odd to end the album this way.
By far the worst song on the album. Which is why I love doing this podcast with you guys. When this song came up,
so I'll just put 13 on yours right now. Okay, there you go.
I wrote, this is teenage girl music, weak dentist office music. It is such a wimpy, just, you're right. It's John Waite's solo music that's bad. It's this album is so interesting to talk about because with 13 songs, they have tried to check off everything: the rocker, the ballad, the upbeat rocker, the slow rocker, the Don't Walk Away, which is like a adult contemporary ballad kind of thing. It's they're trying to do everything, but this pushes the buttons too hard for me on the cheesiness, the corniness, the sappiness. I couldn't get around this song. This is a weak one for me.
Don't Walk Away, fourth single, only in the UK though. Andy Hill and Peter Sinfield are the writers on this. It's a popish type song. It's a decent slow tune. John Waite's voice makes this somewhat work. I put the ending where John gets a little bit passionate. I like at the end, that little outro he's doing. But you're right. Like the music stuff makes me think of like Spandau Ballet or something like in the 80s.
There
like
you go.
Some like keyboard.
I love that song.
Is there any guitar in it? You're like, is there guitar on this song? Is there like someone
if there is,
playing a
there's no
xylophone?
distortion. If there
it's
is, yeah.
It's just, it's very, can it work? Yeah, you can hear it in the background and you can be like, okay, it's not Possession bad, but it's not it's nothing that I really want to go to. When I think of like Don't Walk Away, then I think of When I See You Smile and Price of Love and the catchiness of that ballad. This is just, and I don't know, is this a ballad or is it just like wimpy? Ooh, 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 ooh. Right? It's just, I don't know.
I like that song. I like Spandau Ballet better than this song.
Dude, I have a fucking weird remembrance of that Spandau Ballet song.
Yeah, it's from Weird Science.
No, but like in general.
Oh.
Do you remember the guy that used to do like the countdowns in Boston? I think his name was Uncle Dale. He would do like, what's his name?
Dale Dorman on Kiss 108?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was it. And he would do these songs. And I remember he would always like, oh, this song by Spandau, by the very handsome lead singer they have.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, why the fuck does he keep referring to this guy as handsome? The lead singer for him. Like, it's not like it was like something crazy. Like Duran Duran had like weird looks and like things like,
yeah.
The Spandau Ballet. Why do you keep saying he's handsome? Like, what am I listening to? Oh, it was just horrible, horrible music back then. But anyway, that's the end of these songs.
Wow. We made it.
13 of them. Overall thoughts. Sonny, this is your album.
So to me, the album blends pop elements with rock. It's a blend of John Waite, Baby's Journey. You got name recognition. To me, equated to a great album. By the end, band got killed off by egos and the musical landscape and, blah, 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 changing. I would say Neal Schon and Jonathan Cain are fucking magicians. Because they made it work with Steve Perry, and then they made it work with John Waite. And you cannot get two different type of singers. So obviously these guys know how to write great songs. The lyrics are what they are. Musically, the songs are great. And Zeus, you said it. Neal's an MVP of this album. There's absolutely no doubt, because he knows how to insert himself appropriately. Where if you get Yngwie in this band, this is an absolute disaster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, the album is long. It's got 13 songs. And like I've already said, there's a lot going on with different types of songs, different genres that they're trying to manage. I was pleasantly surprised. I'll be honest, when I first heard the album, my first take was like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know about this. And then, like most of these things, you give it another chance. You keep listening to it at a different time of day or in a different mood or a different activity. And I'm like, okay, I get what they're doing. It's late 80s, melodic, hooky, pop rock. This is what they're trying to do. And they do some of it very, very, very well. They do some of it very, very poorly. But I was pleasantly surprised with what I heard. There are some songs on here that I will absolutely not go back to. And there are some songs on this album that I will absolutely seek out. So that was pleasant for me to learn from this. And that's why I'm glad people sometimes in this, we pick albums that we don't know about, so you can kind of learn some new things and hear some new things. So for me, Bad English is going to go into the ARC shuffle on my phone. And I always, from time to time, I'll hit ARC shuffle and listen to it. When songs on this come up, I've yet to have something like, dude, I'm not putting that fucking on. I just can't. This album is good. I like it. The problem with this album is that it didn't stand the test of time, so that when the new genre and the new type of music like grunge and stuff came in, that it would stand it on its own and still be, on my playlist. It just got pushed aside because I liked other music more. But I like this, and I will listen to this, and I will have this in here. And it's better than most people expected. And I'm glad, because it sounds like it's better than what Tom expected. Mm-hmm. I'm glad Sonny picked it, because I like not having I like talking about albums that I love, but I also like discovering stuff and digging into stuff and having this conversation of not knowing where anyone is going to pick something. And we're all over the place, all three of us on this. So that's the case. Sonny, we're going to rank the tracks. You ready to start this one off? This is yours.
All right. Number 13 for me, Lay Down.
13 for me, Don't Walk Away.
13 for me, With a Bullet, Possession.
Ooh, wow.
We're going to be all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. 12 for me, Rockin' Horse.
What?
12, Lay Down.
12 for me, Ghost in Your Heart.
11 for me, Ready When You Are.
What? Oh, my God. 11 for me, Ghost in Your Heart.
11 for me, Tough Times Don't Last, but this song seems like it does forever.
10 for me was Tough Times Don't Last.
10 for me, When I See You Smile.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
10 for me, Don't Walk Away.
9 for me, The Restless Ones.
That's my number 9, Restless Ones.
A rarity on ARC. Restless One, number 9, across the board.
Wow.
We don't get
Okay.
that often.
All right.
No.
No, we do not. My number 8, Ghost in Your Heart.
8, Rockin' Horse.
8, Ready When You Are.
All right. My number 7, Heaven is a 4-letter word, and neither is 7.
7, Possession.
Oh.
Should be so much lower. Number 7 for me, Lay Down.
Oof.
Wow. Wow. All right. Number 6 for me, Best of What I Got.
No.
Number 6, and this would have been higher for me if it wasn't for that god-awful song title. Number 6, Tough Times Don't Last.
Number 6 for me, Heaven is a 4-letter word.
Number 5 for me, When I See Yo Smiling Picket Fence Teeth.
Number 5, Price of Love.
Number 5, Price of Love.
Wow. All right. Number 4 for me was Don't Walk Away.
Oh,
I love that song. Love it.
4, Best of What I Got.
Number 4 for me, Rockin' Horse.
Wow. All right. 3 for me. I know you guys hated it. Possession.
I didn't hate it as much as Zeus did. Zeus fucking hated it. 3,
Horrible.
Heaven is a 4-letter word.
Number 3 for me, When I See You Smile. I get gassy.
All right. No, number 2 for me, Forget Me Not.
Number 2 for me, Ready When You Are.
Oh,
Wow.
dude, that ending part doesn't throw it down.
It does, but the rest of the song I really like. Sweat, baby.
Wow.
Number 2, Forget Me Not.
And
Fuck is that number 2 for you
one,
guys?
My number 1, Price of Love.
Good song. Number 1, Forget Me Not.
Number 1 for me, Best of What I Got. Love
right.
that as an opening song.
Good song. Yep. All right. Wow. What do we get for the average there?
Oh, it's just going to take him a while.
It's going to be all over the
All right.
place.
So tied. Well, I'm going to give you the top 4 because 2 tied for number 2. So number 3 was Heaven is a 4-letter word. Tied for number 2 was The Price of Love and Best of What I Got. And number 1 was Forget Me Not.
Okay. So that all kind of makes some sense there.
So now comes the fun part. We're going to rank this against the previous albums we've reviewed. Tom, want to tell everybody what we've ranked so far?
Yes. So in chronological order, we got Appetite for Destruction, Slide It In, OU812, Super Unknown, Pyromania, Load, Peace of Mind, Bon Jovi, Blizzard of Oz, Jar of Flies, Winger, Single Soundtrack, Mechanical Resonance, Odyssey, Hailstorm, Detonator, Highway to Hell, Once Bitten, Look What the Cat Dragged In, Hotel California, and Back for the Attack. And 10.
All right. With that, let's do album covers first. Sonny, what are your album cover rankings? Top 5.
Yeah, so my top 5, my 5th was Blizzard of Oz. Once Bitten was 4th. Hotel California 3. Slide It In 1, and Peace of Mind 2. My worst was Load. I've got this one at number 14, in between Back for the Attack and Detonator. And just because, it's a picture of the band, and, it's still better than that Flat-Chested Boy that's on singles. So I had to go with Bad English at number 14.
All right.
Tom?
So for me, covers, my top 5. 5 is Pyromania, 4 is Appetite for Destruction, 3 Peace of Mind, 2 Highway to Hell, 1 Blizzard of Oz. My last ranked album cover is Detonator by Rat, and Bad English is going right above that, second to last. Horrible picture of the band. Second to last.
Wow.
Yep. Number 22 for me in album covers.
Wow. That's interesting. All right. For me, I had Hotel California, Blizzard of Oz, Appetite, Peace of Mind, Slide It In. Where am I putting this album cover? I will put it right on, I guess, right under Bon Jovi. So that means it'll be number 17 for me, right above Hailstorm.
All right.
Yeah. Now, let's go to actual album.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, Sonny, want to let us know where this is for you? Why don't you tell us your top 5 first?
Yeah, so my top 5 albums so far have been number 5, Once Bitten, 4, Mechanical Resonance, 3, Appetite, 2, Slide It In, 1, Hailstorm, and my last was Load. And this album is going to go at number 9, in between Winger and Peace of Mind.
So you have it up. Okay, so you have Winger, Bad English, Peace of Mind. That's that trio.
Yeah,
okay,
8, 9, 10.
Okay. All right. My top 5 is 5 Highway to Hell, 4 Pyromania, 3 Single Soundtrack, 2 Mechanical Resonance, and 1 10. And my last ranked album is Poison, Look What the Cat Dragged In. This album is going to fare a lot better than I thought it was going to when I first started to listen to it, but it's still going to be near the bottom. I have it at 20. I have it above Look What the Cat Dragged In, above Peace of Mind, above Bon Jovi, and right below OU812. So it's number 20 for me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, top 5, Hotel California, Blizzard of Oz, Pyromania, Appetite, Back for the Attack. My last couple albums are Sunny Pooney Whoppers. Actually, the last 3, OU812, Look What the Cat Dragged In, and Winger, Dead Last. Where am I putting Bad English? I'm going to put this slightly ahead of Hailstorm. So I'm putting this at 18. I like all of Hailstorm's album. I don't really dislike any songs on that. Mm-hmm. The problem is I put more weight into the fact that I really like some songs on Bad English, but there are songs I fucking can't stand. But I still would pick this to have Bad English over Hailstorm if I had a choice. And I have that as number 18 for me. And that's where I'm at. Whew. Wow. Yeah. Final thoughts?
I'm glad we did it. Something different. I found myself pleasantly surprised by what I discovered.
For me, brought back a lot of memories. I mean, think about all the memories you had at 19, 20, 21 years old. Like I was having those kind of memories pop in. Mm-hmm. Some were good, some were not so good, some were drunk. Most were drunk, not very many sober. But it just kind of reminded me of some great times and some things I hadn't thought of in a long time.
That's good to hear. This just reminds me of why I like doing this show. An album that was kind of forgotten, was out there. I probably wouldn't grab it, but for Sonny picking this. And I'm glad he did. It'll be in my rotation. And we hope that you guys will give this a shot and let us know what you think. So now
and there was a second album, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
There it is. It's called Backlash. It sold 8 copies. I have one.
I heard they broke up while the album was mixing. They're like, "Fuck this! I don't want to be in a band with you either." And
yeah, they played one time in the Bay, released that one video, and they were done. Wow.
Yeah, that's what happens, unfortunately, to a lot of these bands. So that being said, it's time for this. What makes you rock hard this month?
So I'm going to go with the Spotify playlist that I made. And the Spotify playlist is the greatest hits, in my opinion, of the 3 albums from Revolution Saints. So Revolution Saints is a trio. Doug Aldridge on guitar. He's been in Whitesnake, Dio, House of Lords, Dead Daisies. Jack Blades on bass from Night Ranger. And Deen Castronovo on drums and vocals. So you can kind of hear what Deen sounds like as a singer. They've been around since 2014. Serafino, who's the CEO of Frontiers, likes putting these supergroups together. So we kind of put this together. They got 3 albums out there. Self-Titled came out in 2015, Light in the Dark in 2017, and Rise in 2020. I will tell you, Deen has a great voice. I sent the song to 3 people yesterday. The 2 of you that didn't listen to it, and our buddy Murph, who did. And he sent me something back saying, he sounds like a raspier Steve Perry. That is exactly dead on what he sounds like. And when he sings those ballads from Journey, they just have a little more grit to them instead of having that cleaner voice that Steve Perry has. He's even sang these songs in Journey as Arnell's been in the band. So he still sings when he can, obviously. If you want to give Revolution Saints a real shot, the 3 albums, that'd be a long listen. So my Spotify playlist is called Revolution Saints Greatest Hits. Just look it up on Spotify and take a listen. See what you like.
Cool. All right. So for me, it's October. That means it's Halloween season. That means it's horror movie season, spooky TV shit. So I watched, in one weekend, the newly released Netflix limited series called Midnight Mass. It is directed by Mike Flanagan. If you're a horror movie or a horror fan, you know who Mike Flanagan is. He directed the Haunting of Hill House series on Netflix, the Haunting of Bly Manor series on Netflix, and he's directed a couple of other fantastic movies too. He did an adaptation of Stephen King's book Gerald's Game, which was mind-blowing. Did this really underrated movie on Netflix called Hush. And he has his wife in every movie and every project that he does. Her name is Kate Siegel. She's beautiful. She's amazing. This series is absolutely mind-blowing, batshit crazy. It's not for everyone, but I can't recommend it enough if you're in the mood for something totally fucking bonkers. It's 7 episodes, and it takes place on a small, isolated island community where a lot of the people on the island, it's a population of about 100 people. They obviously all know each other. Everybody knows everybody's business and dirty laundry. But the focal point of the island is a church that everybody goes to. And one day they get to church and they realize that the pastor that they see every mass is no longer there, and he's been replaced by a young man. That's all I'm going to say, because anything else would be a spoiler. Once the reveal is given, the story and those final 2 episodes are absolutely off the fucking wall. I've talked to some friends at work about this. Even if you walk away from this saying, I didn't like that, you will not be able to forget it, because it's a unique story. If you love Stephen King, and this is not based on Stephen King, it pulls from things like The Stand, Salem's Lot, The Shining. It's very heavily influenced by King, and it's really, really interesting, and it's totally off the wall. So Midnight Mass, Netflix original series.
By King? Does he have like erasers and X-Acto knives thrown at him? My old junior high teacher.
There he is.
Yeah. I have been on such a huge binging thing that I was like, I have to have this done for this week's episode to talk about this show that I watched. The guys on our group text know that I have a fan favorite, that I'm a big fan of the actress Michaela McManus. I just think she's gorgeous. That's my wife in another life. I just think she's awesome. And she put out that she was going to be on this Netflix show called You. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, oh shit, now I got to watch this. Holy fuck. I watched this. There's third season's coming up.
Yep.
There's 10 episodes each season. I just finished season 2. Holy fuck.
Yep.
It is beyond fucking creepy. There are so many things, emotions that you get into. Sometimes you're like, dude, there's nobody redeeming in this whole fucking show. Or, okay, I'm in agreement with this character. And then 2 seconds later, just one little thing pops up and his whole philosophy, because a lot of the story is being told from what's going on in his mind and he's saying things out loud. And then he's like, well, gee, I never saw it this way. Maybe this is what it, and you're like, dude, no, go back. What the fuck? You keep changing your philosophy on things. Anyways, it's about this guy named Joe Goldberg. He's like a bookstore manager and starts off like that. And it's a cute little innocent flirtatious scene that opens it up and he meets this girl. And it just becomes into this like fucking stalking obsession, like romance now. Like every female should see this show to be like, fuck that. I mean, take their profiles off of like the internet because it's really out there. Season 2 continues on that theme. There's a lot of like, what the fuck just happened? Holy shit. No, don't do that. And it's so, I don't know. You'll be talking about this. You'll be thinking about this. It's like a psychological thriller. It's on Netflix. I don't think it started on Netflix. I think it was on Lifetime. I can't believe it was on Lifetime. And it stars the guy from Gossip Girl, Penn Badgley, I think is how you pronounce his name. And it's got a couple really hot chicks in this for you dirty bastards out there. And there's a lot of sex scenes and a lot of shit going on. It's insane. It's insane. I watched season 2 and I'm like, well, this isn't as good as season 1. Wait a minute. What the fuck? You'll be talking about. And now I feel like I have to go on this show to protect my girl because she's going to be on season 3 as the new person that she's going to stalk, apparently. And I got to protect her because she's too fucking hot. And it's amazing. I can't like stop thinking, and it stays with you after you see it. It's called You, YOU, and it's on Netflix. I think season 3 will be out. I think on the day this episode comes out. You guys really should check it out.
It's fucking insane. It is insane. It's so good.
You've seen this?
You
never said anything to me that you.
No. I remember watching it and being, my mind was just the first season was excellent. Then the second season was, I was like, what the fuck? The guy who the main character, is terrifying. It's amazing. The season 3 actually comes out Friday the 15th. October 15th, Friday is when season 3 drops on Netflix. So
although he has a boy's body, that makes me think like, how is he doing all these things? Like he's like a little wimp. The girl should beat him up.
Oh yeah, agreed. It's kind of like if John Waite made a series about his song Possession. This would be it.
Yeah, wow. Exactly.
Is it gory? Is it gory?
No. It's more. It's just thriller. Dude, psychological, like suspense.
This is like,
but there's not this like screaming and heads cutting off.
No, not at all. No.
It's like a guy, you'd see it like, this guy needs a restraining order.
Yeah,
like he sees the new girl. It starts off as innocent. Yeah. And he's like, look, let me see what I can find out about her. And then boom, he's got her home address. Boom, he's walking by. Boom, he's seeing this. Oh, all of a sudden he's purposely, because he's fucking spying on her, showing up a certain thing. Like he's a fucking guy out of control. His whole backstory to him. Like, I remember you talking about this on the AC/DC episode about Night Prowler.
Oh yeah.
This is what I'm thinking about for you. Like, watch this show and you're going to be like, what the fuck? And all the prancing around in people's places that I'm like, dude, nobody would take these risks like this. Or he'll be standing around, the people will be in the kitchen laughing, and he's like breaking in their places and going, I'm like, dude, you'd be scared you're going to get caught. How's he not nervous that they can hear his footsteps or an alarm or something like that? It's just, there's a lot of, it's out there. It's out there. And
there's no, it's not like horror with murder, like gore and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
I don't mind eerie and stuff. I'll draw a weird line for you. I really enjoyed the latest Joker movie.
Okay,
but that's the line for me, right?
That's
There's a little gore in there, but not too much.
It's not like,
but he did a great job in that movie, right?
Like, he did.
I kind of like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
you would like you.
Yeah,
you would like you.
It's not Dexter where he's like fucking going out. Like his whole thing
Dexter's
is like
rough.
His whole thing is like in his head, he just wants to protect these people. He loves these people. Like, let me get all these bad people out of your lives by stalking you and doing things to get other people out of your life to protect you because I love you. He's not out there with an axe like, I'm going to fucking murder.
Oh, no.
No, it's not like that. But you will fucking be enthralled. It's really over the top, and I need to go protect my girl for next season.
To me, the chick in season 1 is just mind-blowingly stunning.
You like her? She was also in that show with fucking John Waite's twin there, the Rumpelstiltskin guy. She played whatever the redhead sister is from Frozen.
Oh, yeah.
She played that.
Yeah.
She was really cute. And her friend, the annoying friend, was pretty hot too.
Yep. It's great. Check it out. It's very disturbing and very, very well acted and written.
The two chicks in season 2 are pretty hot too.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. There's some good scenes in there, Sonny. You'll enjoy it.
You're not selling me because we don't like the same women. You're not selling me here.
No, these girls
watch.
These girls are universally hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like fat chicks, so that's all right. Before we take off, Sonny, why don't you tell people where they can find us besides the Kiss Cruise coming up? Woo!
Yeah, baby. Kiss Cruise. I'm easy. I'm on all the socials out there except for Instagram, honestly. But growinguprock.com, Podcast Rock City. You can find me on Twitter or Facebook. But no, it's I'm easy to find. Because, cool. You have a lot of comments about the way I feel about certain issues. And it enthralls some people, and then it enrages others. So
that's true.
Interesting.
Yeah, and shout out Loudcast. So if this is your first time hearing us, we are an all Kiss podcast that drop Kiss-related episodes every Saturday. And then we do this album review crew episodes once a month where we each rotate and pick an album. But you can find us on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out to us and contact us at our email, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, or you can send us DMs on all the social medias. And we're part of the great Pantheon podcast network of shows. Tons of great stuff there. So we're easy to find. Let us know what you think of Bad English. Let us know what you think of some of the albums and maybe some ideas for future picks that we're going to do.
You can always DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate that. And also give us one of those 5-star child reviews that helps people find our podcast. We like to give a shout out to our buddy Ed at Click Tea Shop. He has our Kiss Shout It Out Loudcast merch and album review crew and Zepp Chronicles t-shirts. So go check him out if you're interested in anything like that. Don't forget our Patreon account. Patreon's where you can come and help us and join the family and find out more about the show. You can find out on patreon.com, Patreon, the app, or on the episode notes where you'll see a link to Patreon and see if that's anything that interests you. And finally, tip of the hat to all our friends over on the Pantheon Podcast Network. And, we got Jay from the Hook Rocks over there. We've got our buddy Carmine Apiece and a few others that we're friendly with, including Martin Popoff and some others. Take a look at some of the podcasts on there. You'll really enjoy them. I think you will. So, and finally, the email, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. First up, on Famous Last Words, Mr. Sonny Pooney.
1,000 lifetimes ago, we made a promise we would not let go. And so I come for you tonight, and we live again before we lose each other.
Oh, boy. You say now that your heart is breaking from the wild times that you've lived. Better measure the risk that you're taking. Hey, babe, it can only get better.
Baby, I've been so lonely. What's a man supposed to do? Out in the sun with passion. Out of my head for you. Proof Papa's got the fever. Just let it run its course. Take it up by the river. I'm going to give you more.
Oof. Settle down, toothy Waite.
Make sure we tag them. Sonny, thank you. Tom, thank you. Kiss Army, Loudcasters, thank you.
Yeah, always a great time. And just remember, when I touch you, you'll be touched by love, by love, by love.
Oh,
guys, always a great time. Sonny, fun pick. Thank you, everybody out there, for listening. Zeus, as always, thank you. And remember, tough times don't last. Lovers do.
The album crew episodes do. Don't forget, next month is my pick. Yes. Peace out, Girl Scouts.